that will be better.
You try to give
All right,
cheddar cheese.
Hello. I'm back and we're here.
Yes, and I am using only one rain effect and only one fog effect.
Coolio, I can tell.
And our resident robot mushroom man will be here soon.
Nice. My stream quite literally just was stopped. Like dead stop. No going at all. Last time. And I'm really sad about it because I really like the effects.
I want to spam these all over the place, yeah.
I know, they look so cool too, and I love the sound. It's very good.
So, yeah, V, I believe, is first, unless Roldan, who just appeared, is first.
He did.
Yeah, V is first.
Oh, Roldan's here.
Yeah, he's just not into the game yet.
I don't know if he's... Hi, you're first.
I think V is still first.
Oh, V is still first, just kidding. So the sound that we're hearing is coming from this general direction, correct?
Yes, the west, yeah.
Wonderful.
And so I wanted to clarify something. So the green part where it says campfire is relatively solid ground. The turquoise part is waist deep water, so it has to be.
Ooh, considered difficult, if you will.
Yes.
Not for me.
Unfortunately, I don't think Rob's features prevent water from being slow, but I will be happy to double check.
I think it was the broom.
It's
the broom.
Well,
yeah.
I also anything that's considered difficult terrain is not difficult terrain for me anyway.
Oh yeah.
So you can see there's lightning in the air, so a flying super high might be risky, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, what is V doing? He hears a woman screaming, "Help me, please!"
Oh, get to see Pika V as the character sheet there. All right. V is going to I'm assuming everyone kind of has turned and gotten ready for action.
They have.
It seems
they haven't really. So to just remind a little bit, you don't remember exactly how you got here.
Right.
There's some stuff on the ground. You don't really know exactly which direction is which because you can't see anything, but you are here.
And we all just wake up and we're like, "Where's Doug? Why is there a tiger in the tent?"
Yes, that. All right. V is going to take a moment and take a moment, lean over to Thalia, so he's gonna go actually back a little bit. 5, 10. He's gonna give Thalia a little touch and cast heroism.
Ooh.
So yeah, you will gain equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which is intelligence. You'll gain, I think it's 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll gain 5 hit points every round until the spell ends. When the spell ends, the effect goes down, and you are immune to being frightened.
Thanks.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Much
so that was
appreciated.
what, 5, 10. He's gonna go back. 15, 20, 25, 30, and that's the edge of the camp terrain.
The grass, yeah.
Yes, and that's all I can go because I only
This
have.
other stuff is water with lily pads.
And I'm gonna have the homunculus and Bubble stay near me. So 5, 10. I don't think we can share the same square, so. Bubbles has a... He has a 40-foot speed. So he can go...
That's pretty speedy.
5, and then 10, 15. I'm just gonna move him to there, because that one move is difficult to reach. How tall is he? He's medium-sized.
Okay, so he's up to his waist.
Yeah, I just make him small because I think it looks cute. And that's it. And the homunculus is directly behind the two of us. And that is the end of my turn.
And it's Marvis' turn. You hear a sort of crunching and snorting over here as if from some large beast. It's very hard to see. It's dark, it's foggy, and it's pouring rain.
Okay. What's the last thing you remember? I mean, what was the last thing that happened?
The last thing you remember
last week
is you said goodbye to Sasha, and you started walking down the hiking trail down the cliff.
And then I woke you up, and we had no idea how we got here. And then we heard a screaming woman say, "Help me!" And now
And there's
And we still don't know where Doug is. He's getting married in 2 days. We have to find him.
Excuse me, sorry. Alrighty then. Have we decided we're going towards the screaming lady voice, or
You could roll like a history or something to see if there's ever any monster that sounds like a screaming lady.
no? I want to know if we decided to go in that direction. I'm asking the party real quick.
We had a feeling that everyone would want to go save this person. We did all kind of. None of us know where we are. It may be in our best interest to ask whoever we're going to save.
Okay.
She might know where this is.
So
Would I heard crunching in this area? Is that the same area we heard the screaming?
you think so? You could roll perception to try to see if you can see anything else or hear anything else.
I'll roll perception. Give me 1 sec to pull up my stats. Perception. Okay. That is 18 total.
First of all, you feel something slippery moving around your feet. So you perceive that. And then you feel like it does sound like there's some creature with big feet that's crunching sticks. Probably over here. We'll actually make a figure to represent it.
Alright. I'm going
You
to
can almost make out that shape, but not quite.
I'm going to warn my party about something in the water, and then I'm just gonna start running towards this way.
Okay.
Goes here.
So it's
But-
gonna be half speed unless you have some way to get out of the water.
I think that's as far as I can go because my movement is. Oh no, that's 40. Is about there, I believe. I think, yeah.
It's getting a little bit deeper, but it's very uneven. It's muddy on the bottom. It's uneven.
Can I see the?
You can now see the outline of this creature here, and it's gonna get an initiative.
Can I tell that it looks like a cat, or do I just see an outline more clearly?
It looks like about halfway between a cat or like a tiger and a wolf.
I'm just gonna whisper towards my party behind me, like, I see a big cat.
Ooh.
About how big are we talking about?
Bigger than me.
That
It's-
is quite big.
Too.
Fontiev immediately starts looking around for catnip.
Big kitty.
Well, is there any way you can do anything about it?
There's always something I could do about it, but
Give it a meal stick.
That could work.
I
He kind of looks over at Thalia and gives a little nod.
don't have one. If you want to come a little closer and then chuck a meal stick towards it, I'm all for it, but if it comes in attacks, just no.
We are here to
We
back
should
you
leave
up if
one
it
in the
does attack.
purse.
Alright.
We did leave one in the purse.
Alright, and that'll be the end of my turn for now.
Okay. Marvis sees the thing, look at him, and then go, "Rawr," and it kind of leaps into the air, and it disappears behind some trees. They're all pine trees around here. And you hear a woman's voice screaming over here, saying, "Please, please, it's gonna kill me, please!" And it's Fontiev's turn.
With Fontiev's orcish eyes of seeing very far away,
His special eyes.
my special eyes. Can I, like, looking in the direction of where that woman was screaming, can I make out anything?
Roll perception.
That is very cocked.
It's a 2.
That's probably like a
Definitely
2. I get. It's probably like a 2 or something, and
It's okay to
then
fail sometimes.
Let me see here. Just looking to see what my perception actually is.
That'd
7?
be wisdom. Yeah.
Your eyes are stinging, and you feel like something is wrong, and something is missing, and something is you got a bad feeling about this whole situation.
Your glasses are gone.
My brand!
But you could also
Um,
go closer, and that may be easier to see.
For now, Fontiev is just kind of hover in the air above everything and kind of just disappear out of existence.
Fade away. Okay, that's an action, right?
No, it's just a bonus action. I just disappear on my turn.
Okay, you disappeared. What else? What else, if anything, would you like to do?
I'm just gonna ready. I'm just gonna ready my my bow in case something comes out and tries to attack Marvis. That's it.
Okay, that's called vanish. Okay. Yeah, you can use hide as a bonus action. Okay, so you're hiding behind the tent.
Yep.
Okay.
I also cannot be tracked by magical means, and I do not leave a trail unless I choose to.
Okay. Yllaxis isn't here. It's Talia's turn.
Okay.
Yllaxis is currently in sleepy mode.
Talia
Sleepy gas
gains
funtime mode.
5 HP.
Woo!
Bonus, temporary, technically. But
Very exciting. Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
that's
have to keep reminding you
still-
of that because I know
still
how
exciting.
heroism is forgettable. It's forgettable until you have like 30
You can
HP.
forget
You're
your
like, "Wow."
heroics. Does it stack or does it
Yes.
just? Oh,
It's
That's cool.
but for the minute, and as soon as the minute is
Yeah.
over, they go away.
it's poof.
So yes, it does stack.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll look around and be like, are we leaving the tents? Oh well. So I'll go. The part that we're on right now is still normal, right? It's the like outer, like more bluish area that is difficult terrain.
That is waist deep water. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then is
I'll say the tents look rather moldy and worn.
They aren't even our tents.
do we? So I know we purchased tents.
You did.
Do I see folded tents like on by anyone's packs?
You could certainly search the campsite for any evidence of any memories you may have missed. Would you like to do that? That would take probably your full turn.
If we don't do something quickly, the person may die.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I will move up towards this edge here. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh man, my screen. Can I get like this area here? Is this enough ground to stand on, or is that fully occupied by the tent / swampy area?
You could squeeze in there. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be in the swamp.
Right.
Okay, so I will squeeze over there.
Yeah, there.
Okay, thanks. And then I will silence my movement, or most of my movement. I think that's 25 feet. And then I will cast Levitate on myself.
Wow.
Actually, sorry. Before I do that, is there anything within 15 feet that I could feasibly grab onto with a long chain? You know.
Within 15 feet. Let's say you could try to grab onto this tree.
Okay, cool. So then, yes, I will cast Levitate on myself.
Okay.
Okay. And I will try to stay not too high up, so maybe just like 5 feet or something. Just be like, ooh, floating. And that
Pushing
is my
distance,
turn.
if you will.
Yeah, pushing, pulling distance, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Enough to float. That's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. Um. All right. You hear a very vicious snarling sound, and then you hear the woman screaming and says, "Oh no, not my leg! Not my leg! Ah! Oh God, so much blood! Ah!" She's screaming. It's V's turn.
Okie dokie. I really can't go that far. I don't have a lot of running. speed. I'm gonna move my max movement, which is at 15 feet, because I only have... Oh no, not even. Like 10 feet. Bink. And then I'm actually gonna take my action to dash. Bink, bink. And I'm gonna have Bubbles do the same.
Okay, so one thing that's interesting is you feel your feet bump into some sort of thing that seems like piping under the water.
Oh dear.
It
Oh,
feels like
there's two
metal.
homunculi.
So,
Oh, interesting. V for now is just going to tell Marvis, now is the time. Go get her. Or at least bring whatever's over there to us. That's the end of my turn. All I can do is dash.
it's Marvis' turn.
Okay. 20, and then
Okay, you can see now. You can see that there's two of these guys.
oh,
She's on like a little bit of like a grassy knoll thing, but they're
yippee!
chewing on her legs and she's screaming in pain. Yeah.
How far away are they from me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 30 feet for the north one and 35 for the south.
All right, I'm going to use my axe to attack both of them at the same time.
Okay.
That's a natural 1.
Why? Why? No! No!
Would you like to be reckless?
Sure, why not? That is 20 something.
All right, it's both.
No,
Proud of you.
it is 18 damage
Okay.
for the first hit. Second hit is 19 to hit.
Yep.
And that is going to be 9 damage, and I'm going to go into a rage
All right.
after that.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Both of them immediately turns toward you and snarl. One of them, which was chewing on apparently a severed leg, is going to spit it back out onto the thing as whoever this is whimpering, and then it's going to make a flying leap with alarming speed towards Marvis. It is big enough that
I am alarmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big enough that it's not really bothered by the level of the water. Okay, 26 to hit.
Hits.
And it's going to just kind of bash you with claws for about... I should roll this. Let's roll some damage. This is going to be physical damage. It's going to be 26 damage.
Half to 13.
Okay. Gonna move to the side. And attempt to whip you with its tail. It completely misses.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait.
Hello.
There's something I can do that I haven't done. I'm going to take a reaction to do a retaliation attack.
All right.
Oh, yes.
When they miss you, right?
When I take damage, since I took damage from the first hit.
Okay.
That is 18 to hit.
Yep. You're getting more dangerous.
That's barbarians.
It is 15 damage. Sorry, math was hard.
Math is hard.
This is a hard math game. It doesn't like that. It's going to use its amazing leaping ability. It's going to leap over here, and it's going to, much like Rob, bonus action hide. We'll roll for that just in case. Roll to crit. Advantages. Fontiev's turn. And let us know when you're ready, Kiff. But Fontiev's turn.
I'm good to go whenever.
Fontiev.
So to be clear, Fontiev cannot see the monster because of the rain. But Marvis can point it out to him at a disadvantage.
In like the general direction
just
as
one
to
of
where
them.
it went. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I guess I'll take 2 pot shots at it and then disappear again. Okay, so
Which one? The far one or the one closest?
Marvis can only see one. He doesn't know where the other one went.
Okay, cool. Oh, he's pointing out this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm understanding now. Sorry, I was confused. My bad.
That's still gonna be over 20 to hit.
Yeah. With a regular
Okay,
not in.
That's 1.
Wait a second.
And then screw it, I'll make this one a sharpshooter.
That's
Does a 14 hit?
Sharpshooter is +8 for you, I think. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 38 damage on the sharpshooter, and then
A big snarl, like, "Arr!" It did not like that.
a 27 to hit. 27 damage on the other regular attack.
It's just taking out. It is not liking this at all.
And I bonus action hide and disappear from existence because fuck it.
Okay, Fontiev is hiding. Talia's turn.
Okay.
You get 5 more HP.
Yay! Hold
And
on,
just
let
keep,
me add that.
just
Thank
keep
you for
stacking it.
reminding me. Okay.
That's my job.
Fantastic. So, a few questions. We can see this northern.
No, you can. Marvis can point it out to you at a disadvantage, but you can't see it because of the rain and fog.
Okay, so my double sight has no bonus to this because it's obscured by rain and fog, right?
You know what?
Because
you
double
have
sight
double
only is like darkness. It doesn't let me see like through physical things.
let's say you can see it because you have double sight, but it's just going to be disadvantage if you're going to do as many projectiles because of the rain. But
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense. And the next question was if I used Babette to try to like pull myself towards this tree, that would use up my action, so I could not attack, right?
Let's call that movement, if that's okay with you.
Okay, I am absolutely fine.
On your choice of athletics or acrobatics. Because
Sure.
it's like an acrobatic kind of thing.
Yeah. So so I will try to first using Babette, like wrap her around the chain, and then try to like pull myself over because I'm floating. So I will roll acrobatics. You said I can choose.
Yep. Your
Okay.
choice of athletics or acrobatics.
Wee. Oops. Hold on. There's my dice. 15.
That's not terrible. So do you want to just go closer towards this monster in general?
So I'm trying to basically pull myself like while I'm floating out of the swamp area so that I can be like standing on even
I
ground.
forgot you were levitating. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah. Okay. So I can pull myself like here.
Yep.
Okay. And I will. Yeah.
I think levitation keeps you above water. So.
Yeah. I'm floating. Okay. And then I should still be within 120 feet, so I am going to fire 3 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay.
Get. Okay. What did I roll? That should be. I think that's. Wait, where is it? There it is. Eldritch Blast is plus 10. So that's 22 and a 15
22 hits.
for the first 2. Okay, and then I will roll 1 more. I'm gonna say a 13 does not hit. And let's roll dice. Okay, that is 9 damage.
Any other rider effects?
No, I switched some things. I'm better at close combat. But yeah, that is. I think that's my turn because everything else is.
Okay. This thing hisses.
Oh,
What's
wait,
that?
I'm sorry. Is it within 90 feet of me?
1, 2, 8. No, not quite. Wait a second. 8 is 40. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it is within 90 feet.
Okay, so I should have done this before. So I am going to. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna cast Hex on it, which then cancels my levitation. So I'm now on the ground, and it is.
You got
Yeah, it is hexed. I should have done that first, but yeah.
Remember, Hex also gives a disadvantage on a saving throw.
Yes. Ooh,
So you
let's
need to
see.
choose that.
Thank you. Ooh, what should I jinx? Spellcasters, any preference? No.
No, not really. I'll deal with whatever, or not deal with, but I'll use
No,
whatever
I mean,
you
this
give.
is the perfect opportunity to figure out what kind of spells you have that it will have a shit saving throw against.
To
Yeah.
be honest, I don't have a lot of attack
We'll
ones. I have a lot
say-
of like helping us ones.
I have a hunch
Yeah.
this thing is pretty dexterous.
I was thinking Dex, so I'll give it disadvantage on Dex
Okay.
ability checks.
Okay, now does anyone have Fireball?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay,
Is Thalia done?
that is my turn. Yes.
Okay, this thing is pissed and is going to use its amazing jumping ability to attempt to jump onto Marvis. Completely misses Marvis on the pounce.
Oh,
Also,
that is
I was
so
out of-
accurate. I love
Wait,
it.
I moved out of the swamp.
Sorry, what was that, Thalia?
Sorry, I had moved out of the swamp.
And then
Did
you
you
said
extend-
you canceled your levitation.
Yeah, but I was
Did you
floating
wanna
above
be, like,
solid.
on a tree branch or something?
No, I was floating on solid ground.
There's no solid ground here.
Oh, you mean this, like all this area? This is still swamp?
Yeah, it's tough to get the exact same color.
Yeah, it's still the
I'm
same
sorry.
color.
I thought that it was done. In that case, can I have dropped myself in a tree?
Yeah, you can be on a tree bench.
Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so this guy missed Marvis. I think Marvis already used his reaction. So he's gonna snarl. He's gonna jump towards Thalia. Oops.
Talia is going to dive into the water.
Use the temp HP well.
Hey, he rolls a 24 to smack Thalia with his spiky tail.
Yeah, that hits.
Don't worry.
22 slashing damage and roll con save for poison damage.
Okay, so
That's 22. That's only 11.
yeah. And you said con save +3.
Yeah, roll con.
Ah! Which of my dice is not being mean today?
Isn't that always the
12.
question?
Yeah,
Okay, Thalia is poisoned, and she receives an additional 30 poison damage.
30.
Yes.
Okay.
And to top out, the guy goes. "Ruff." And it's if Kiff is here, it's Kiff's turn.
Kiff is here. So, directly around our camp, is that difficult terrain?
The bright
Anything
green,
that isn't green.
anything that is turquoise is waist deep water.
Copy. So, Kiff will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and we'll call it 30. To get to the edge of the tent there.
You can clearly see this guy, although it's disadvantaged because of the wind and rain to shoot.
Yeah, totally fine. Because I'm going to shoot anyway, and because it's within 5 feet of Thalia, pack tactics, that'll cancel out.
Yep, it is definitely right up against Thalia.
Let's see here. And the Death Heart Bow. I think that gives me a total of 4 attacks.
Or sheesh.
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 Thank you all for knowing sheesh. I'm proud of all of you. Yeah, that.
As Kiff woke up, he could see some bones scattered around this very soggy campfire, but
I'm not sure where there's 2
Bones.
homunculi. I'm gonna delete one, unless someone has another homunculus, which I do not.
is yours really tiny size?
Yes. It's a homunculus. It's
Okay, so it's
homunculus.
gonna be under the water in the but
Yeah. It doesn't need to breathe or anything.
does it
Okay.
talk?
Does it float?
So, for the record, I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
gem,
tent this
so probably
someplace
not.
something obnoxious so we can actually see it. There we go.
So, 4 attacks. 1 will be Sharpshooter. Let's stand by. Yeah, the blue is obviously the Sharpshooter, so I made it different.
Thank you.
Lowest is a 19.
They all hit.
Beautiful.
How would you like to kill this thing? Because there's no way it's gonna survive that.
Yes! Oh, sorry.
One arrow will go through its shoulder, and it'll look over to it and try to pry it out with its teeth. Then 2 more will hit it in the neck, causing it to stumble, and then one will go, it'll roar, and one will go right into the back of its mouth.
It's just gonna cough and just collapse and just sink into the not totally into the water. It's about half sunk in, but its head is definitely under the water.
Oh man.
Does Kiff want to do any other moves or bonus actions?
I think Kiff is happy with his hunt this turn. He is done.
Okay. What about V?
B is going to call to Thalia. You can get over here. We can do something for you. That poison. And V's actually gonna move towards Marvis, I think. Well, actually, the bar that's like the metal bar that's here. Is it something that I can stand on, or just that I feel underneath of me? It's the same level with the ground.
So that's a good question.
Mhm.
First of all, can the homunculus would probably be able to, since it's so tiny, it would probably be down there and able to touch it.
Probably, I would assume so.
How does it communicate, or does it not communicate?
It is just a homunculus. It doesn't technically. It understands common, but I'm not sure if it speaks common. That's a U rule. It's a homunculus, and nowhere does it say that the homunculus can speak. It just can
Okay.
understand.
So the pipe is under the water. It is like relative to the mud beneath. It is about half in the mud, so it's about 6 feet up. So that when you're standing on it, the water comes up to your waist rather than your. Sorry, not 6 feet. A few inches. Waist. You comes up to your waist rather than to your chest.
Okay.
Maybe like maybe it's like a foot in height at the most.
Yeah, it adds just a little bit of.
You can feel it vibrating slightly on your feet, assuming that hives can
Ooh.
feel that.
Yeah, we can feel that. We will inform everyone of this later.
Homunculus has a telepathic bond. Correct.
What does?
It says Homunculus has a telepathic bond.
Wonderful. It just does not say that in my description, so it can tell me this telepathically?
I'm looking at the
Or-
monster manual entry.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why. So,
I feel like that's reasonable, though. I feel like that's reasonable.
yeah, whatever you'd prefer. So just like basic communication, essentially.
Yeah, it says it's made of a smooth white metal.
White metal. Interesting. V will call out to everyone. We think we may have found something that could potentially lead us somewhere. It seems to be a pipe of white metal. And V is... Oh, go ahead.
That wounded woman says, "Help! Help! Somebody, please!
And
I'm
V
bleeding
goes,
out."
V goes, oh yes, we must go fix this first.
Just go fix that woman.
5, 10. I could probably get to 15.
Your feet bump into what? It doesn't slow you down, but you bump into some kind of like cylinder thing that you can feel into the water.
Okay. Bubbles can get here. Homunculus can... There. I don't know if it can share my space. Like, V would probably pick it up if he's allowed to, but like...
Yeah, I think you can share your space.
Okay, cool. He's just gonna like chill on V's shoulder then. He's gonna like put him there. And I'm actually gonna cast on my own Warhammer, just in case, Booming Blade, the cantrip.
Okay.
And that's it.
And
That's
Marvis.
Okay, is this cat over here dead?
You can't see any cats. You saw one leap in this direction, and then
The one that leaped at Thalia, this one is dead. I think that's what he's asking. The one that you can
The one
visibly
near
see.
Talia is dead. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
said.
Alright. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I see this injured female
Yes.
lady?
You see someone who is dressed like a human sorceress, and apparently one of her legs has been totally ripped off at the thigh, and the other one is badly wounded, and she is rapidly losing consciousness.
I think you need a doctor.
Sounds
Sorry,
about
what?
right.
I'm gonna just look around, not like intensively look, but just see if I can see her leg. Like like the one that got ripped off.
You don't necessarily see it. The water is around the same depth over here, getting shallow. This little round thing is a little bit of an island there. But so the water's getting shallower near here, but you don't necessarily see other stuff. You see she has a couple items that are scattered around as her pack was ripped open on this island here.
If it's shallow, does that mean it's less difficult terrain, or is it still difficult terrain over here?
At the point where you are, yeah, it's probably enough that you can just walk normally.
Alright, I'm gonna just walk the rest of my movement to her, try to pick her up, and just go like,
She's rapidly bleeding out fast.
I'm gonna be like, guys,
We are getting there. We are only so fast.
yeah, I don't think she's gonna make it by the time you guys get here, and
Then move
I know
her
there's
to us.
one more kitty cat out there. And that's all I can do for now.
Okay. The other cat is going to use its hidden to pounce from a hidden position with advantage, and is going to try to attack Marvis with a 19 to hit him.
There's one more cat out there. Cat attacks.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What was it, 19? Yeah, that hits.
Just 20 slashing damage.
Half to 10. Okay,
It's going to try to give you a tail smack for a 28 to hit.
that hits.
Con save for poison.
Aren't you immune to poison? Aren't you a
I have
construct?
advantage.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something with poison. I just didn't know if you were completely
Yeah.
immune.
That is Constitution
Yeah.
24.
Wow. All right. So you're only going to take a quarter of that, right?
Yep.
You only take 6 poison damage. The cat says, "Roar," as almost as if to say, "This is my, prey. Like I caught this prey."
Okay, and as a reaction, I get to smack it back.
Okay.
Kill
That's
it.
a natural 20.
Kill it.
Alright.
Fire.
Dude, I love a good barbarian.
That is. That's 26 plus 4, that's 30, plus 1d6 for fire. That's 32.
Okay. It looks almost stunned by how much damage that was.
Crits.
Okay.
It seemed to lose its cocky attitude, and it's going to it's going to just run away. It's going to leap. And then it's going to try to hide. I'll have to roll stealth for that. What's your passive perception, Marvis?
Mine is 15.
Okay, you don't see it. It went somewhere to the north.
Okay.
It's Fontev's turn.
I guess same thing as last time. I can shoot at disadvantage, I guess.
You currently can't see where it is because it's hiding behind something.
And I don't know where it is, so I can't point it out.
Okay, so, oh, I would also like to point out that I think, was it last time? No, that was the time before I did the held action. Okay, so never mind. So Fontiev is going to continue to hide. Maybe.
Would you like to call for your mommy as a bonus action?
Well, there's nothing much I can do. I'm just gonna keep an action prepped for when it pops back out.
Okay, so since you're not doing anything, I'm gonna say what you do see. You do notice that there's a few bones around the campfire. There's a few bloody bones. It looks like it might be a child or halfling's leg and bone.
Hell have we been eating?
Yeah.
And then Fontiev is also gonna just like pinch himself really hard to see if he's actually awake.
Like hard enough to give yourself 1 point of damage?
Sure.
Okay. Something you sense that, so you take 1 point of damage. You sense that something is very wrong here. It seems like you must have, like your ranger sense and your portal sense tells you that there was some sort of, it might be a different plane, and whatever it is.
Oh, that's also at the range. That's a thing I have right now, is that I can tell what plane of existence I'm on.
Yeah. So you're sensing that either this is a different plane of existence, or it's like a sealed area, but whatever it is, the borders between planes are especially weak in this area. Something seriously wrong and corrupted with this area.
Given my sensing ability, can I sense where a portal might be right now?
Not without a little more time.
Okay.
Yllaxis is not here. Thalia. Thalia takes 2d8 poison damage. I don't think anybody healed her yet.
No. So last time, sorry, did you say 30 or 13?
30.
30. Okay.
Thalia takes an additional 12 poison damage.
Okay. But I get 5 HP, so that's 7 damage.
Yes.
Cool. I cannot see this other cat
There's a lot of
Yeah.
trees in the way, a lot of rain, and it's also hidden,
Okay.
which means it's behind an obstacle.
Man. All right. So I lose hex. Um. I guess I'm still in the tree. Is there something within 15 feet that I could
Oh, that's a great point.
latch
Yeah,
onto?
so roll perception for me.
Oh boy. Should be good. 11.
You think you see some kind of blinking light to the south. It seems like it's a flickering red light, a small one, high up in the trees.
Does anyone else see that? No. Okay. Huh. Gotcha. Okay, so is there anything within 15 feet that I can try to latch on and repeat
Yeah, sure.
previous maneuvers?
You
What
did
is
it
the thing?
properly? I think you can do it again without rolling again.
Okay. What is the thing within 15 feet?
So you want to go to the north?
Yeah, ideally, I think I want to try to group up
Okay. Are you
with
levitating
people.
again?
What?
Are you levitating?
Yeah, I am going to cast Levitate again.
So if V wanted to, he might be able to tell you about the metal just under the water there that you could probably hook onto by
Yes.
throw. Okay.
Yes. We will describe the white metal area that has been highlighted.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
give kind of like a
So-
general zone.
So I'll like shift around in the tree, and then basically do like a jump, levitate, and then reach out with or lash out with Babette and try to reel myself in again.
That's awesome.
It's very
Yeah.
cold. You let go just in time that you don't get smashed into the muddy water.
Yay!
Sail forth.
Wee. So now, oh wait, let me just move
The
this
shield
whole thing.
represents you're above the water. Yeah.
So I'm like here.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah.
Are
All
you
right.
the person closest to the area now?
What?
Alright. You have the devil's sight, right?
I do have double sight, yeah.
You do see more stuff. You see that there is a pile of rocks over there, which you figure the cat may be behind given what other people have been saying.
Okay, so you're right here is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, think it's over there.
Oops.
Some rocks.
It's definitely over there. but
Yeah.
but yeah.
Listen, she's not very perceptive, okay?
Oh, it's fine.
What are you talking about? The most
Neither is
perceptive-
V, apparently. Actually, definitely neither is V.
So to be clear, you don't see the cat, but you do see the rocks, and
Yeah.
if other people say that they couldn't see it and went that way, maybe it's behind there.
Like, that seems like a really good hiding place. I'm not that dumb. I will relay this to friends.
Are you done with your turn?
I think so. I use my action and my movement, and there's nothing I can really do as a bonus without seeing things. So, yes.
Kiff's turn.
I forgot I was on push to talk. So if Thalia pointed those rocks, well, I can't see those rocks, so never mind. Yeah, I'm going to move. I guess I'll kind of start swimming, treading water. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, give or take.
Yep, you can see the rocks now. And yeah, you would have to swim since you're light and not big. You see a deer over here that kind of looks at you.
All right. I guess I'll try to lob an arrow up and over the rocks.
at a high angle, right?
Yes.
Definitely disadvantage, but it's a cool idea.
That does not get anywhere close.
Okay.
And then I will bonus action healing word Thalia.
Nice.
Thanks. How much do I get?
You get let's see here. 1d4 plus 2.
So 3?
Do I roll the d4? Do you?
Oh, D4 you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, not just 1 plus
I thought you
2.
meant 1 plus 2, and I was like, that's
Listen,
3.
I'd have believed
That's
it.
3.
Either
Yeah.
or, I can roll it, you can roll it, whatever you want.
You can roll it. You are the caster.
That'll be 3, so a total of 5.
Thanks. Every little bit helps.
Piff is done.
You took that temporary health, right? And it kind of took
Yeah.
down some type of poison.
Yeah.
Oh,
It reduced the poison damage I
can
took
we
by
take a
5.
quick break and say, or not break, but a quick 2 seconds to say thank you, Deathcap, for the raid, and welcome in raiders. We're gonna be
Thank
doing a
you.
lot of acting here, so I'm gonna be active in chat, but not so much on voice for right now. Anyway, we can continue.
Yeah, it's V's turn.
Oh, no, it's my turn. Just kidding. I will be active. How bad
Now's
are
your
you
time to
looking,
shine. Be funny for the
Thalia?
Raiders.
Huh.
I'm at 79 out of 123.
We
So,
need to
like,
move. We need to move forward, but if you're able to get to us, we can do something about that for you. If you could say, get to about here in the next turn, we can hold our
Get to
action
where?
for you. where I
get
am.
to where? Okay.
Where V is.
Yeah, I see a tree there. There.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Yeah, between V and Bubbles, here if possible. Somewhere within to touch distance. Yeah, V's just gonna move forward and hold his action to. Can I hold my action to cast a spell?
Yeah.
Yep.
What spell?
Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
That's it.
And it's Marvis' turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Talia has-
V is going to yell. Please, can you do at least something to stabilize her? We will be there as quickly as possible.
I forgot to mention, but at the end of the round, Lydia lost consciousness, and she continues to
Well,
bleed
crap.
from the huge wound.
Well, maybe you should just run to her.
I kill things. I don't heal things, but I can give it a good old try.
If you can stabilize her even a little bit, or if you have something in your pockets to maybe help her, we may be able to get to her and at least stop her from dying outright. If she does die, we will need another diamond if we want to bring her back. And that's a
Why-
different discussion.
Do we need her?
We have no idea where we're going, Marvis. It may be
Okay.
best to
I will.
to save someone in hopes to help ourselves.
I will.
You just bring her
roll
over
a-
here. You're strong.
I will roll a medicine check, see if I can stabilize her.
The main problem is that she's bleeding. So how are you going to solve that?
I don't see her leg at all, right? Her other leg.
Basically missing one leg.
Can I shout things at Marvis to give him a general idea as to what to do if he tells me
Rain under.
yes or no?
Yeah, you can shout.
I'm gonna do my best to tell him, Marvis, if she has anything loose on her, tie it around the stump. Around the piece that is bleeding profusely. If you tie it a tourniquet tight enough, it will hopefully slow down the bleeding. It may not stop it, but it
Okay,
will
so
help.
she's trying to
Dr.
get-
Marvis is in the house.
Yeah, V is trying to direct from a distance, if you will.
Alright, I'll try to make a tourniquet.
So she's wearing a cape, so you can take that and try to do that. So roll miss.
16.
Okay, she's stabilized.
Nice.
Wonderful,
And-
wonderful, Marvis. Great job.
But that did take your full action.
Alright, I'm going to start moving towards the party again.
Okay.
Are you taking her with you or no?
Yes.
Okay.
That's probably as far as I can move with difficult terrain. And that's the end of my turn.
Marvis actually can hear a man's voice shouting from the west. The voice says, Lydia, where is that bitch? Get back here, Lydia. You hear a man's voice, and you can see a figure coming over this little island here.
Language.
Watch your profanity.
So since
Hi,
Marvis
this is a kid's show. No, it's not.
a kid's show.
It is absolutely not a kid's show. I always mark this not for children. Always. Ah, Vornsker.
Guy is gonna climb up onto the rocks. Was somebody readied with something?
I was ready to cast Lesser Restoration if Thalia got near me. And that's
Okay.
it.
Anyway, it's gonna jump from behind the rocks, aiming for Marvis' face with a big paw for a 28 to hit.
That hits.
And that's gonna be 28 damage.
Halved.
Actually halved. Yep. Are you carrying Lydia?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's gonna try to pull Lydia out of your grasp with its teeth. This is gonna be athletics.
Okay.
So she does get chomped, and she can't. She's just gonna get automatically chomped because she's unconscious. But roll athletics.
I got 28.
Okay, so you manage to hold on to her as it tries to tug her away.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She's destabilized by the chomp.
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah.
The cat's gonna go, and then he's gonna leap away once more. Behind.
Is he taking her with him?
No, he couldn't pull it away. He tried to
Oh,
pull away.
okay.
He only got a few scraps of skin.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure as to what had happened. Thank you.
So is Marvis gonna do any kind of opportunity attack?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
That is 26 to hit.
That's a hit.
$13 damage.
The cat disappears into the darkness and the rain and the trees.
Okay.
And it's Fontie's turn.
Does he know which direction it flew in?
Went that away.
It made like a triangle. It went south and west from the rocks, and then jumped straight north back into the dark.
Okay. Well, wait. So it attacked Marvis, though, right?
Yes, because Marvis is carrying away what its thought was.
Okay, so I had a ready to action to shoot that.
Okay.
So-
I thought you were just chilling, right?
Well, I had, like I said, I would ready to action in case that thing jumps out and attacks anything.
I thought your action was to like focus on the planar.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, while I'm on my turn, kind of chilling and figuring that out, have I figured out where an exit portal might be?
Okay, roll your choice of like nature, arcana, or survival.
Nature, Arcana, or Survival. All of which I'm probably bad at, but...
You should be at least okay-ish, proficient in survival, right?
No, I'm not.
Never mind.
Remember,
I mean, it is
remember,
Fontiev.
I'm a terrible ranger.
Yeah, fair enough. You did your best.
I did it. I got my participation ribbon.
I would have. I just
Flying
would've-
wildly through the air.
That's
I
a
know.
4.
That's a what?
Oh,
That's a 4. It's a bad roll.
Oh,
Tree.
no.
Tree, get up. No, no. Tree, stay. No, no. Stay. No.
And that is how Fontiev
No.
spends his turn, trying to right a tree.
Stay.
making sure he doesn't fell a tree.
There we go.
4. He senses one planar fracture about 200 feet below ground to the west. Let's say
Below ground?
about a mile to the west. It's not really a portal, it's more like a planar fracture, if that makes any sense.
It's a wiggly spot.
So, like, it's not really a portal designed to go somewhere in particular, but it's a place where the border of the plane is broken.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to hide and disappear from existence.
Okay. Yllaxis isn't here. Talia, have you been cured yet? No, I'm not sure.
No, but she takes the 5.
We are working
10,
on it,
and-
so.
Okay, you take 10 poison damage.
Okay, reduced to 5 because of temp HP. So only 5 damage. And then I will, I'd like to repeat what I did last round. So is this gray thing here, this is the continuation of the piping?
Yes.
That's sort of a cylinder which is around the same height. It's about 2 to 3 feet below water, but it is a solid thing that now that you know about.
That I can grab onto. So I will repeat. I'm still levitating, so I'm just gonna use Babsy and kind of latch on and pull myself along and hover. Oh wait, I have to move the whole thing. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I'ma hover next to V and be like, I'm here.
And then I'm gonna use my held action to use Lesser Restoration. I'm gonna just
Boom.
touch Talia and
Oh, he's cured.
yes, cure poison.
Yay. Can I pull myself the rest of my movement to this tree or
Yeah,
no?
sure.
Okay, so
Sure.
I will just.
Can you get it? Okay, you got
And
it.
you can clearly see Lydia is now bleeding out again.
Yeah, do I
Her turn
have?
to roll a death save.
Ah.
You haven't done an action yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not done yet. I didn't do my action. So unfortunately, don't think I have anything to cure her. I do not. So what I will do is I will prepare to, if the creature jumps out again, to hit it with some Eldritch Blasts.
All right. And you got 3 of those, right?
Yes, I got 3 of those. And also like, so I'm floating by the tree. Because I have the slippers of spider walking, I'm just gonna kind of like step onto a branch just in case I lose levitation for some reason.
Boom.
Preemptively.
Okay, Lydia gets a positive.
Positive as in she saved?
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, she succeeds for 1 round.
Yes.
She's not dead yet.
She's not dead at this very moment.
Yes.
But she has that feature.
Yes.
Okay, it's technically Kiff's turn, yeah.
Okay. Kiff is going to swim up to this tree. He's a scrappy, dexterous little fellow, so he's going to climb up the tree a little bit.
Okay, roll athletics. The rules say it has to be athletics, not acrobatics.
That's fair.
Not by me. Nat 20.
Okay, you could climb
Nice.
as high as you want.
So what I would like to do is climb up high enough. I can't really do that in the game. To jump off and use my bug wings to sail down to near Marvis.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure.
Alright.
That good will count as a success for that too.
Copy. And then I will
You see Lydia's in bad shape. She's kind of slung over Marvis's metallic shoulders.
Indeed. I know I have your armor. Yeah. I was thinking I might do something else as well, but I am actually not going to do said other thing. I'm just going to bonus action healing word Lydia.
You can healing Ritter.
Yeah.
All
that's
right,
what I'm gonna do.
excellent. So she goes, oh, thank you. No, you have to get me away from that man. That man is horrible. He's gonna kill me. He's a horrible, horrible bandit.
Kiff is just gonna go.
You just say shh. That's it?
Yeah. Yes.
She looks a little surprised.
Tonight, on a very special episode of Kiff.
Runs away.
That's the end of Kiff's turn, right?
Correct.
I think V's next.
I think so.
You don't see any hostile action, except, I mean, depending on your point of view.
Yeah, he is going to call to Marvis. Are we prepared to greet whomever is yelling in the woods, or are we trying to leave? It seems as if she does not want to see whoever that is. Is this correct? He's gonna look at the woman and see if she's gonna say yes or no.
She looks a little intimidated by Kiff, but she nods rapidly and she whispers. I guess she doesn't whisper. She says in a voice she hopes is calm. She says, "I need to get my things. I don't want him to steal my things. He's been chasing me. He's been stalking me for the past week."
Do you know who he is?
She says he's just some bandit, you know. But then she runs out of the 6 seconds time. In
This,
her round.
yeah, that's fine. Then I must move on. He's gonna move forward with Marvis. 5, 10, 15. That's as
Just to
far
be
as...
clear, the nice thing about D&D is that you can actually lose limbs as part of the rules, even if you have hit points. So
Yes.
she is still missing a leg.
Yeah.
She's not bleeding.
I'm placing bubbles in front or next to Marvis and this unknown woman, and he is going to address Marvis again. Are we planning to fight, or are we planning to speak? We are happy to do either. I guess that's more towards the party in general.
Tom says, "I heard that. You better be ready for the magic arrows I got if you're gonna try to fuck with me."
We have been informed that you're trying to harm the person that we have here.
He goes, "Typical lies."
That's all V can do is talk.
Okay. If V doesn't want to do anything else, it will be Marvis' turn.
Currently, V will command Bubbles to go into deflect attack mode. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. No, I'm just gonna have it be there. Never mind. He doesn't need to be commanded yet. Trying to see if I need to do anything.
So Marvis, you feel like the cat might attack again, or it might have left, but you could be sure if you want to be sure, you could go north, or you could do something else.
I'm going to drop off Lydia next to
Bubbles?
Kiff
Kiff?
or Bubbles.
Yeah. I would go Kiff.
Okay. I'll drop next to Kiff. Right. And I'm going to head back to this island right here and just stand and wait for this other guy to try to come over here and safe with the cat.
You see some of her stuff on there, like there's a backpack that's ripped open. There's a couple things lying around. Do you want me to list what the items are, or do you want to just leave them for now?
I'll just leave him for now.
Okay. So this guy leaps very dexterously to the tree, and then right in front of Marvis. He says, "Excuse me, sir. I wouldn't touch those if I were you, he says.
Why is that?
He says that girl's a creepy one. She's been doing shady shit behind the trees around this parts. Long story.
And you're not doing creepy, shady stuff?
He says, "Shut up! I'm doing what it takes to survive in this hellhole." And then,
Tell me to shut up one more time.
it is technically the cat's turn to Windscript, but it does not do anything that is visible to anyone. You I guess you probably hear a distant crunch as though it might be moving further away.
Can we
So
see
this
it?
might-
Can I see it moving?
Holly, no. Let's see. Yeah, roll perception. Tell you.
Do I get any kind of bonus with the Devil's Sight?
You get the ability to do it at all.
Your bonus is to see at all. Yes.
I got 0.
Oh no.
We rolled a natural 1 minus 1.
-1.
So,
Yep.
yeah. I
job.
see nothing. I don't even see my own hands.
Talia's like, wow, this
Oh
rain
my god, I've
sure
gone
is wet.
blind.
Just raindrops in the eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know what? That's helpful. So not only is it in your eyeballs, but the rain it stings almost as if it has some kind of harmful chemicals in it.
Oh.
I knew
That
it. Acid
sucks.
rain is real.
So since no one has attacked you guys for a basically complete round, I would suggest calling off the battle, unless you wanted to fuck with Tom.
I think that we are currently trying to talk to Tom, though Marvis has threatened him slightly.
He told me to shut up. I don't like being told to do things. And I'm also trying to look at the items on the ground.
Okay, you're looking at the items. Let's talk about Lydia's items. She has a magic wand with a fairy skull on it. She has a sack of 100 gold. She has one healing potion. And she has a large tube with hard beads in her backpack. And a bedroll and a rope. That stuff's probably cursed. You don't want to fuck with it.
I'll try to collect it, put it on her backpack if it doesn't fall out. If it's not like too shredded or ripped up.
Okay. So Lydia, she has a lot of trouble walking, especially in the slump. Is Kiff supporting her?
Kiff is going to help her, and Kiff is
She's gonna
also.
probably just lean on Kiff because Kiff is small and swimming.
Bubbles can also assist in this. He is a normal-sized robot construct thing. If you need so, Kiff.
A normal size ribbit.
He's size medium. Whatever you would prefer.
That's definitely helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lydia says, I need to get in the. You have tents? She says, I need to get in the tent. Please take me to the tent.
Kiff says, Kiff help. Yes, Kiff help.
We should be careful of those tents, Kiff. No, they're not ours, we don't think. They do seem to be interesting at best, if not magical.
Kiff make sure when Kiff gets there.
Would you like us to collect your things? V looks at the person who is called Lydia, but V doesn't know that.
Okay. She says, yes, please. My name's Lydia, by the way. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. She says, please help me get my things.
V.
And then she's gonna just kind of try to get towards the tent area.
Yeah, you can move Bubbles with her. With that assistance.
Before we actually get into the tent, Kiff would like to cast Detect Magic.
Are you gonna look at anything in particular?
Yeah, the tent campground area. And you know what? While we're going past them, also the pipes.
You sense a faint magic from the pipes. And then you want to look at the / campground area.
Yes, the tent.
You don't see any magic items there. But actually, roll your choice of survival or arcana.
That'll definitely be survival. Oh my god. Another nat 20. They're here
Nice.
in a row, right next to each other.
Nice.
Dice.
I'm jealous of your rolls.
The bean dice of Savitude.
Wow, good bean.
Funny feeling.
Yeah, some good bean.
That's good bean.
Kiff has a funny feeling.
He can't explain why, but he senses undead to the south. He senses, how shall we say, restless dead via his detect magic.
So not necessarily undead yet, but potentially undead.
Soon to be undead, yes.
Or maybe
Ah,
his
You're
spirit.
not dead yet.
Yeah. I'm not dead yet. No,
But,
I think they
the-
are dead. They're just mad.
The tent does seem like your typical ordinary tent.
It looks a lot more moldy and full of holes than it looked when you bought it. It looks like it could have been the same tent. And now that you're next to it, you also notice that several things. You notice that all your rations are gone, and you can't find the wand of sending anywhere.
Well,
Kiff
that's
says,
bad.
Oh boy, friends must have been
Disappeared
hungry.
from the pump. Dun dun dun.
I actually think Yllaxis had it, didn't she? Or maybe she
Yeah.
put it
I
back in the
think
pump.
we were like we kept taking it in and out of the
Maybe we
pump because
did.
different people were using it.
That's true. Maybe we did. I can't remember. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's gone now, so-
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So Tom takes a step closer to Marvis. He looks like a human man, but he looks like he's in his 20s, but he has a lot of unshaven beard and greasy hair, like he hasn't been washed in a while.
V is gonna not like intimidatingly move in, but like go closer to see what's going on. You can tell me where I stop when he starts talking.
Assuming he doesn't get immediately punched, he's gonna say, "Listen to me, man. It doesn't make sense, all right, Lydia? That bitch, it doesn't make sense. People come here, people get lost here, they get stuck here. But look at her. She looks like a Christmas peach, or whatever you call it."
No, you sure about that? She's missing a leg. Doesn't look like a Christmas peach to me.
Well, that's probably why she got the cats on her. You see, this place, people get lost. He says, "It feels like I've been in here for, I don't know, months." He says, I was with a party. I lost my party." And Lydia calls out, "He was with a bandit party that was stealing things." Is Marvis returning Lydia's items or holding on to them?
I'm giving them to V.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll happily take the bag and put it over. V puts it over their shoulder and looks at Tom and says, "Well, we did. Why do you think that the cats were after her then? She may just be abandoned in the woods like you."
Tom Chavez says, No. He says, "People don't survive in here this long." He says that they were after her because her scent is fresh. We're not all smeared with dirt and shit like me and then the rest of them. He says, "Well, that don't matter no more."
The rest of who?
He says it's a long story. Basically, you meet anyone in here who's the talking kind. And he's about to discuss more, but
Uh-oh.
he looks to the right, and there you hear a distinctive bubbling sound around where the corpse is over here.
Uh-oh.
He says, "Oh shit, the horrors are coming. We better get moving."
Can I
No.
so while they were like talking and moving and stuff, I
Chitty-chatting.
wanted to chitty chatting. I wanted to, because I still have levitate, basically use a combination of levitate and if at any point I need to physically like walk up the tree, which I don't think I would, but if I had to, the shoes give me a climb speed. basically to go up and see if I can like see anything out over the treetops, and also to see if I see that green line from the ring. I just wanted to mention that I wanted to do that before we potentially have to run from something.
Okay, roll perception. Here's your chance for perception.
Oh man. I mean,
Why did you
it
say
can
that now?
it can only be equal to
Right.
or
It
better.
can't technically get worse, can it?
Okay, that's not bad. 18.
Okay, so via the green ring, it says something in the Nullish language which sounds like unless I assume you don't know.
No.
And the green pointer arrow that you can see is just kind of spinning wildly around as though it can't figure out where to go.
Okay.
But
I'm going-
you also look around you, and you can see. Let's see, to the south, you can see what looks like a tall tower with a flickering red light rising above the trees, and occasionally you see a sort of a glowing whitish figure that fades in and out of existence in the top of that tower.
White figure, like it just looks like a vaguely humanoid shape that is there and then not.
A shape that briefly glows away.
Okay. And the red light, is it like a single light? Does it seem like you said I saw some lights through the tree? Do they look like glowing eyes, or is it like a beacon? Or describe the light.
It looks
Please.
like it's steadily blinking red.
Oh,
So that's also a tall tower above the trees to the south. Looks kind of like a watchtower. Steady blinking red light. Occasional glowing white humanoid figure. Okay, and then to the west, you see some either big rocks or small mountains. To the north, you can see faint outlines of what looks like a ruined castle, which is surrounded by a field or garden or something.
And Charles, now that I have more time kind of going on, can I focus a little bit more on detecting all the relevant portals around me?
I think that feature takes a minute, unless I forget. But
Yeah, I mean, in the time that we've been talking out of combat, I would assume a minute might have passed. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I don't think you can just roll for it. Actually, you know what? Roll anyway. I'll tell you the minimum, and you have a chance to get more information.
Okay. That is a 12.
Okay. You tell me the name of the feature again? I'm just trying to give you exactly what it said.
This was a thing that you gave me through the book.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. All right. So basically, you sense that there's all kinds of. You sense that there's rapidly spreading cracks, almost like a cracked mirror, right where this cat got killed. And you sense there's sort of something is approaching through the cracks. And
so something's approaching through the cracks.
That's what most immediately strikes your senses.
Fontiev is gonna. I mean, Thalia is pretty high. Can she see me?
can
Thalia?
I see him?
Can you see what?
Fontiev?
You can see Fontiev.
Okay, I'm gonna wave my hands in a way that she understands. I'm gonna point towards the cat, and I'm just gonna make gestures to say "fucking hide," and I'm just gonna.
Blood coming out from this corpse begins to sort of become more gelatinous and start bubbling.
Ooh, that looks bad. Yeah, so I'm gonna like poke my head out of the tree on one side, see that, and be like, oof. And then rustle through the leaves, poke my head out the other side, and be like, so are we getting the hell out of here? There's a rundown castle that way. There's a tower with a red light that way. And
Oh yeah, I
Some
forgot.
mountains that way.
To the east, you see a thick, as opposed to this thinly.
Okay. And a forest that way. Also, this ring is spinning out of control. I don't know if we're in the same plane as before.
And Fontiev like just waves again and just goes, and just puts his hand on his neck, going, "Nope."
Well, there's something bad behind us.
And Fontiev just starts shaking his head, yes.
Were we supposed to go to the castle or a tower?
I think we had spotted some kind of tower. Are we talking about the Thunderbird?
I'm just like calling out from the tree, just like,
Lydia
where are we going?
says immediately. She says, "Go to the west. There's a cave in there where we can be safe. Go to the west."
We were told. by
Charles, for the record,
Thunderbird.
for that other crack in existence that you had mentioned to me earlier, you said that was which direction?
That was to the west.
To the west, towards where the cave was. Okay, that seems like that seems reasonable.
Insight check her, somebody.
Yeah, I'm not close enough.
I could do it. It would be bad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, she's by the camp. Never mind.
She's with Kiff and
Yeah.
Tom says, "Let's go north. Don't listen to her lies. She ought to be hung where I come from."
I'd like to insight check both of these guys.
So she's pretty far away, but she says, "Don't listen to Tom. He's working with there's this evil monster in the castle. He wants you to help him, but you need to go kill it. You need to kill the monster in the castle, and you'll be free. That's it. There's nothing more complex. He's just cowardly."
What kind of evil monster are we talking about?
So she looks a little nervously towards the bubbling blood over there.
yeah.
Yeah, we should probably.
I want to lose consciousness again. Let's keep moving. I don't care which direction you go, but we should go. Well, no, she wouldn't say that. She would say we need to go to the west.
Is Fontiev insight checking? Is Kiff insight checking? Who is insight checking?
Everyone's insight checking,
No.
I'm not.
I guess.
No.
What's your wisdom, Fontiev?
Again, this would be a flat roll
0.
for me.
Oh, no, I'll do it then. I
Yeah.
have +2.
And you're next to Lydia, so.
I has a -1.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I'm a 0.
I'm going to burn 1 lucky on that. I rolled a 2.
Oh.
That's a little bit better. That's a 15.
Insight on Lydia.
Correct.
She sounds desperate. She's very beautiful. She is a human. She says, "Look, I just want to get out of here. It's very simple. There's an evil monster that's controlling this place like its own dimension. You just gotta kill it, and then we'll be out. It's really that simple." She sounds like she really wants to get. She said, "I just want to get back home. I'm really desperate to get back home." She says.
Kiff asks, where is home?
She says, "Well, I'm from the Imperial capital." She says, "Far southeast of here, the sunny shores."
These gonna chime in. Kiff, we do not have time for pleasantries here. We should pick a direction and then go there. We can travel the other direction if we decide to do so later. We just need to make a decision now.
Tom over here, he says, "Anytime anything mortal dies in here," he says, "the horrors come through. It's like clockwork. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it works. It's got to be a reason." He says. He looks nervous too.
Kiff says, Kiff think go with nice lady. And then I'll turn to Lydia and go, your cave. Does cave have name?
He says, I don't know. I've got lost in here last week. I've been wandering around trying to survive. I got separated from my party. We were trying to find treasure." She says, "It's just a cave in the hills to the west there."
Kiff sighs and says, okay, we go west then.
I'm gonna offer to Tom and say, you would like to join us. Would not be upset to have you. We know you are wary at best of Lydia, but you know this place more than we do. It may be beneficial if we stick together. As you can see, we are quite strong.
Tom says, "Y'all are the sanest bunch I've met in here in weeks, so If you want me to stop following you, you better be ready to shoot me.
We are not prepared to do that. I only have so many crossbow bolts. He turns around and decides to start going west.
Okay. So is the party going west officially?
I think
Yeah.
So it
officially.
seems like
I'm going to, for as long as I can, keep up my floating and chain
Levitate.
pulling. Yeah.
Could we possibly take a quick break here? It is 9 o'clock, and I
That's
would to
good.
restroom,
Indeed.
get some tea.
Yay.
Awesome. So we are going to take a quick break, and now is your time if you want to ask questions. Anything. We're here. I'm gonna turn on some more happy music. It's break time.
yeah.
I'm gonna show everyone the background. Da, da, da. Oh, hold on, the pumpkins. Dun, dun, dun. It's a forest. It's a really good background. Okay. And with
I'm
that,
drinking a pumpkin coffee that Corinne got for free in the mail.
yum, pumpkin.
Okay, so
Everything's
you
good.
go to the west. It stops raining. It's cool. You can see some big distant lights of dawn, but you can hear the thunder still. And there's an unsettling wind blowing around. You're in pine needles. There's a lot of pine trees. You can see the big rock to the west here, with a little hole in it. Lydia's leading the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of amphitheater there, and there's some kind of shed with a door here. And presumably you guys are following. Tom is following along. He's slinking along in the back, mumbling and muttering.
Yeah, I know he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go into this place.
And Lydia stops next to this pedestal. She doesn't look at it, but she says something doesn't feel right here. She says, "Everybody, wait! I'm gonna go do something."
I'm gonna. I don't know. I gotta look at Thalia and just like. Can I
I'm a terrible judge of character.
As
What
is,
did you say?
can I send my homunculus with her? Is she gonna
Um,
brush him off?
Is the homunculus gonna be sneaky?
I would like him to be.
Okay, roll his sneak.
Uh,
I don't know what gender, if any.
I don't know. It's an it currently. I don't have the homunculus table up, but I got a natural 20. So, it's pretty good.
So she doesn't notice it falling around. So she looks over here. You can see that there's a what appears to be a husband and wife pair of deer over here, and they're kind of nuzzling, and they look up. And she says, "Hmm." And then she goes up over here,
There you go.
and the homunculus is hiding in the bushes.
Perfect.
And you hear her say, "Okay, I see." And she puts her hand in her pocket. And then she's going to go over to the cave entrance. And she's going to point into the cave. And just stop for a second. And then she says, okay, guys. She says, you can come. And she waves you over.
And what exactly did you do?
She shakes her head. She says, there was some horrors around here. There was some luminous horrors. Those things, she says, you do not want to have to fight those things. They are truly terrifying.
They are horrors.
Sure, none of them were around.
They may be horrible, but undone.
V, as we're walking past, whoa, can I glance at said pedestal? Do I recognize the pedestal at all?
There's definitely writing on it. It is made of that same shiny whitish metal. It has moss has grown on it, but the metal itself is untarnished.
As we're walking past, I'm gonna say to Lydia, Lydia, do you know what this is?
Oh, wait, sorry. The homunculus is tiny size right now.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's a little boy. He's hiding.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, but we can do it now. So you're gonna ask her about the pedestal, right?
Yeah.
So presumably she's got she's gonna lean on her staff or something because she's missing her leg, and she's gonna hobble over and she's gonna say, "This pedestal," and then she says, "Oh shit," and everything in the forest suddenly turns into a pale white color.
Ooh.
seems to almost freeze. And you can see a big crowd of ghostly creatures just running through the forest. And they're saying, "It's the captain. He let it out. Everybody run for the south." And you see some of the ghostly humanoid creatures seem to get hit or hurt somehow and fall down. And some of them are screaming and running. One of them actually pauses and makes what would seem to be eye contact if it had eyes with Thalia. Briefly. And Lydia's saying, "Just let it pass, just let it pass, just let it pass." And you hear Tom saying, "Fuck these fucking gone people."
Babsy, have you ever encountered this before?
And you feel your whole body kind of tingling. And Babsy says, "This is bad." She says, "I don't know, this is bad. This is it's gotta be some kind of like collective, genocide ghost or something like that." And so you hear this faint echoing screaming, and everything is a sort of pale light, and it feels like time has stopped briefly. And occasionally, like some of them will occasionally make eye contact with Talia or Marvis, and they'll say, "Oh my god, it's another one! One of his minions!" And they'll keep running to the south, some of them falling down, the ghostly figures falling down as if killed.
Are they
Briefly.
all... I assume they're all humanoid, but do they look like humans? Do they look like elves,
I drew a
dwarves?
picture of what they look like, which I will... Basically, they look kind of like a manatee, but with four limbs and without a face. And I will make a picture of one.
Oh my. That sounds
And
interesting.
Where is it?
Kind of
Where's
close.
the picture?
I will get it as fast as TTS.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I heard something drop as you were saying it, and so I thought that it was somewhere on the
It was
table,
just
and
like
I
a
just
picture
missed it.
somewhere.
Okay. No, take your time. Okay. And does that seem reminiscent of that like whitish humanoid that I'd seen on the tower?
Yeah, so this is kind
Was
of
the tower?
they kind of wear clothes, but they have kind of flippers, and they don't have a face. This is going to be called. What's it called?
Oh my god, I love them so much. They're right here.
They look kind of innocent.
Yeah,
Some
I.
have like. Some
They're
look kind
little.
of like. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just calling them gumdrop people. I love them. Well,
They
gumdrop
look
squid
pretty
boys.
frightened. Some of them are screaming and getting killed by some unknown force.
Oh, I'm upset.
I'm going to wait a moment.
Second question that I just want to ask before we get into anything. Have we had time to take a long rest as we've been making our way here, or have we just been like
Long
trying
rest?
to book it? I'm sorry, short rest. Sorry.
Yeah, short rest is okay, but you won't be able to take a long rest.
No, that's what I
physically
meant to say short rest, and it just came out the other way.
Yeah. Does that mean you want to cast a spell?
Gumdrop ghosts.
No, I'm just making sure that I recovered spell slots, and maybe some HP.
Okay.
That's it. Just want to know before we get into anything.
So after about 30 seconds, the whole vision fades and the forest is dark and quiet again. And you don't see any of these creatures anymore. And
Sorry.
Tom kind of looks around and says, "Where did they go?" And Lydia breathes a sigh of relief. She says, "Oh, thank God that's over. Okay, guys." She says, "I would go in first with that cape, but my leg, I'm a little nervous. I think there's something in there. I think there's some treasures, some kind of machine that will help us learn more and find out how to defeat the creature that's trapping us in this valley."
Do you know what those people were?
Lydia blinks. She says, "Oh, those are just the souls of all the people that monster killed, the monster of the castle." Tom says, "I don't know about that."
While we're walking, V's going to say, the monster. What did you say it looked like? What is it exactly?
You're asking Lydia, right?
Yes.
She says, it made a horrible sound, and it tries to pull everyone down to the basement of the castle. I really didn't want to get close to it." And Tom says it's a giant face in the ground.
And V's gonna look back at Tom and say, "So the monster is real. You trust her on this?"
Oh, it's real, he says. He says, but all these fancy magic arrows I got, and he holds out some magic glowing looking arrows of different colors. Says they haven't put a single scratch in it. I don't think that's how we get out of here, Lydia. And Lydia says, will you just leave me alone? Stop following me. I don't want to be your whatever. I don't want to be with you at all. Bye. Goodbye, Tom. And he kind of stalks off and he starts fiddling with this door over here.
I'm gonna let someone else take the lead of moving forward. He wants to kind of approach Tom and say, "Tom, where did you get these arrows? May I see your quiver? I don't want to take anything. Not I mean see as in with V's eyes, not with his hands or their hands."
He said, well, he says, I was a hunter by trade. I came in actually as, I hunted in my spare time. And I got here because I really honestly, I was just supposed to be carrying bags for this real famous wizard. His name was Connor. He says, strange, I can barely remember it, but it seems like I just came here only a few months ago. It's a halfling named Connor. Great wizard. I was supposed to just carry all the treasure out.
V nods and then kind of looks back at everyone else. Well,
He says,
turns the eye hole to everyone else. And then
occasionally I
turns-
would hunt, stuff like, phoenix chicks, thunderbirds, I'd collect the feathers, and there was this weird old elf on the south side of the valley, what do you call them, Pine Wall Mountains, and she taught me how to make them into arrows, she said.
He did.
She says, thing is, I've been trying to survive here. There's only one thunderbird nest left up on that castle there. I don't dare go near there anymore.
We
That
did
place is cursed.
we did talk to the Thunderbird much earlier before we met you. And
Talk to it. You're not a wizard?
well, we are an artificer. We build and create things and we fix things. But Thalia is more of
Yes.
a wizard than we are.
Oh no, I'm not a wizard, but I do speak bird sometimes.
That's
He's-
the
no.
only
If y'all are wizards, he says, I hope you don't mind if I stick close to you. It seems, if you got magic, maybe you can help us get home. He says, I could really use a bath, he says, chuckling.
Sure. Just one question. What year is it, do you think?
He gives you what sounds like about 170 years ago.
170?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Kiff hears the word bath and kind of scurries over to Tom and, looks up at him in the eye, waves his hand, and goes, he says something in Draconic. In Draconic, he says, squeaky clean, and casts Prestidigitation on
Amazing.
Tom.
That's 1 cubic foot, right?
you can make his head clean.
You gonna do his whole self?
Stand by.
Gonna take a couple seconds to do his whole self.
Yeah, it's if I cast a spell multiple times, I can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous active effects. Oh, non-instantaneous, yeah. But I'll spend a few moments cleaning up Tom.
He says, well, I'll be among his uncle. He says, I'm clean. He says, I ain't shaved or nothing, but wow, that is some impressive magic. He says, you got one that can trim a beard too?
Kiff says, Kiff no have song through that, but and then Kiff just pulls out the scimitar that he's had since he started and never uses, and he just kind of puts it up to his own face, even though he doesn't have any hair, and goes, maybe try this, and then he'll flip the scimitar over and hand the hilt to Tom.
He chuckles. He says, oh, seeing what happened to poor Lydia there, I think I'll pass on that. I'll wait till we get to a nice barber. He says, I'm gonna stick close to y'all though. You guys seem very, very capable.
Speaking of Lydia, Lydia, what year would you say it is?
She tells you a year that is about 20 years ago.
She's been dead for 40 years.
V is just kind of nodding. It seems as if we are truly in a different plane.
Tom says, yeah, you see her? She's fucking crazy.
Don't think
Crazy.
she's crazy.
Crazy is very subjective.
Lydia says, please, there's artifacts and there's a machine in there that I really think will help us to fight the monster keeping us in this dimension. Pauses and turns around and she says, I should ask, what brings you here?
Can I, as I'm chatting with her, roll insight just to make sure that she's not leading us into an absolute trap? Or has it already happened?
Well, I don't want to have insight get spammed too much.
That's totally fine. You can tell me no, because other people have done it. That's why I asked. Totally
When
fine.
Lydia asks that question,
like two insights per NPC per day.
Okay, sounds good. That's a fine roll with me.
when Lydia asks what brings us here, Kiff just says, "Float boat."
Well, Kiff, we're here for more than that. We have an airship. It's not.
Wow, regal airship. I heard Connor talking about something like that, but he said it wouldn't be possible for 1,000 years.
Wait, you know Connor too?
Yes, Thalia. He was talking
Tom
about.
says, yeah, I was the
Oh, that was Tom. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought that was Lydia.
He said,
Never mind. I
was
take it back.
part of Connor's adventure party. We got separated though in that crazy castle. Everything starts getting turned around in there. I says, I hope I never have to go back there.
Oh, have you seen a
canonically?
giant
Oh, go ahead.
person?
Giant
Have
person?
you seen a giant person? Like a big thing?
He starts blinking a lot when you say big, and then when you say thing, he jumps a little bit. He says, you mean the he says, I don't know if he's got a name. And Lydia says, yes. That's the monster keeping us here. You need to fight him.
The
Tom says,
monster.
I seen it, when I try to take a nap in places I think are safe. I don't like to think about him. There's a cold wind and everybody feels like they might need to shiver.
I want to ask canonically, does V remember Tom the Rogue as a party member of Connor's group? Because I don't remember if that information was shared with V.
He doesn't claim to be an adventurer. He claims to be like
in his party. Yes.
So he was helping to carry their stuff.
Yes,
All
but
the treasure they thought they were going to
the
find.
name Tom, does that ring a bell for V? I can't remember if I was canonically told this or not.
I don't think that was one of the famous groups that went in here.
Okay. I
When-
just wanted to make sure.
When Kiff sung,
Details of the story you can try.
when Kiff sung the ballad of Connor, the good one,
Yeah, the good one.
Tom was indeed mentioned.
Okay.
Sure. Big Tom. Okay, I was just wondering if V would recall if that was one of the few more
He doesn't seem to be necessarily the most famous of the group, but when he talks about it, other details match the story.
Yes. Okay. V is just gonna say, interesting. We do need to talk with you, Tom, I think, as well as you, Lydia, excuse me. Thalia is my party member.
I'm Thalia.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Names are hard. What do you say? Do we settle? About what time does it seem? Does it seem like morning? Does it seem
seems like it's like 5 a.m. now.
Okay, 5 a.m. Let's at least take a look at this machine. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The cave looks like it's tight enough that only one person can go in a file.
Yeah, it's a single file line.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we make a little marching order?
Lydia goes over and looks at the tunnel again. Yeah, go ahead and make a judgment.
Do you see anything
can-
interesting, Lydia?
The deer over here just seem to be watching you guys. They haven't moved much.
What were you going to say, Talia? I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I could be like second or third from the front.
I'm okay with being second if Marvis would like to be first, but if not, I can be first. What would you prefer, Roldan? Oh, if he came back. Our break, remember we.
What happened?
Do you want to be first in the lineup, or do you want me to be first?
I'll be first.
Okay. Yeah, we're single filed currently.
Is Bubbles next to you or is Bubbles in front?
He could be behind, he could be in front. He can't really talk to me. Bubbles canonically doesn't have any way to communicate with me. Though though the homunculus does. So, however we want to work with that.
Kiff will be behind Bubbles.
Okay. I think that do you want Talia to be last or second to last? Either way is fine. I don't care.
We probably should have someone with some melee capability bringing up the rear, just in
in the
case.
back. Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. Nito Bandito. Thank you. Then I think this is our thing.
I assume Fontiev is behind me.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Assuming that as well.
Just chewing the line.
Alright. I shall return in a second.
Okay, so who's going in there first again?
I think it's Marvis. We have a little line here.
Yeah, put ourselves in a
Oh,
line.
sorry, I picked up Fontiev. I was trying to get everybody. That's not gonna work. Oh boy. Trying to get everyone without getting trees.
Yeah, fine. Just take a tree
I
with
did
us.
it. Oh.
Okay. So, why doesn't Marvis roll perception since he is first? Marvis.
I'm
what was
okay.
that?
Everything's fine. The lid to my D20 teacup fell.
15.
Oh, no.
I'll be right back. It's not broken.
Be careful in there. 15. Okay. You hear something. How should I describe this? You can see the tunnel forks, north and south, and you can hear what sounds like rustling from a lower level. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes
What do you
sense.
take your first step in there?
Lead the way, Marvis.
I'll keep leading the way.
Okay, assuming Marvis goes straight up to the fork. When he does so, you hear Lydia gasp. And Marvis, you try to step on the floor, but it's an illusionary floor. And you start falling.
Well, shit. I'm assuming we're still in
I
our
have
line
the
order, so
dagger.
we're like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
I think we were. I assume we went in
Yes.
to a point. I don't know where Lydia was in this lineup.
She
Lydia
could
was
be...
waiting. She was waiting just outside the cave.
So Marvis does have the dagger, so I don't know if you want to use that or whatnot. Right.
I'll use it.
So you start falling. It looks like a very deep pit of some kind. That was the thing where you had stored a feather fall spell, right?
That is correct. V did that.
So you're gonna cast feather fall with the dagger.
Yep.
So now you're falling, but much, much slower.
So it's about a 200-foot fall. While this is happening, it's got a little minute to fall. You start seeing a huge pile of bones at the bottom of this cave.
Oh.
It is I could crash TTS by showing all of them, so I'll just show a few. But it looks like it's the bones of many of those gun people.
Oh.
And there's something rustling.
Gone people, you say?
The little gumdrop boys.
Oh, gum. I
Yeah.
thought gone like Valley of Gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like Valley of
Similar
Gun.
to those ghosts that you saw a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they're gumdrops, but they're gone.
They're gone drops.
Oh, as Marvis is feather falling quite slowly, I'm gonna toss out my rope to him. And I'm gonna ask everyone else to grab on.
A heave and a hoe, and I assume that also includes our mechanical boy.
Yes, of course Bubbles is helping. He's not that strong. We still will need help.
So is the idea that because the rope isn't feather falling, you'd like him to catch the rope before he hits the ground? Is that the idea?
Yes, that is definitely the idea. I'm assuming
You
feather
also
fall
don't
is
want to touch the bones, is that right?
yeah, I mean, I don't want it to touch the bones. It's only 50 feet.
Sure, he's the one who's falling down.
What?
Marvis is falling down, so I just want to make sure if Marvis doesn't want to mess with all the stuff down here in this cave.
Oh, he doesn't want to touch the bones. I thought you were saying the rope. I was like, the rope's not going to touch it.
What he's doing.
Marvis, your call.
Either way is totally fine. If he's still here.
He's
Yep.
just falling for an eternity. Oh, sorry.
So, Marvis, you want to immediately grab the rope as fast as possible, right?
Yep.
Okay. You grab the rope. You see a rustling among the bones. You see some of the, there's a huge pile. It's like almost like a sand dune of bones. Some of the bones tumble down the pile. You can see some shiny things. But directly below you as you grab the rope, you see what looks like an old dried bloodstain, as though you're not the first person who fell down this hole. And are you going to climb back up?
Yep.
All right. You guys climb back up.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're holding on to said rope, making sure that Marvis can climb up.
We'll just borrow Yllaxis' strength, even though she's
I
kind of
have relative strength, and as does Bubbles. With all of us holding on, I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
be
The
okay.
spirit of Yllaxis' arm strength fills you.
Spirit of Christmas.
Lydia was looking around the corner, as was Tom, and she says, "Oh my God, that's so horrible. Let me dispel that illusion." And she holds out her staff leaning against the wall to start waving it around. And the illusion goes away.
So is it just like a sheer drop?
Yep, it's a sheer drop. And Tom is saying a likely story. He said, "You want to shove her in that hole." Lydia says, "It wasn't there the last time I was here."
Time you were here.
She says, "Yes, I spent the night in this cave."
Lydia, what on earth makes you think this cave would be safe?
Well, she says, "I spent the night here once, and there was a nice warm, there was this machine that was humming, and it was nice and warm, and none of those thunderboars bothered me here."
Thunder boars?
Thunderboars. And Tom says, "Yeah, those things run around mostly in the fields to the north. They're pretty territorial and aggressive."
Similar to Thunderbirds, but boars, I'm assuming.
He says, "Well, yeah,
We're assuming.
if you can believe it, they're almost faster. When they start charging, they ain't never gonna stop."
Fully charged.
Yeah. He says that was a good one.
Thank you.
Good
I'll,
job.
give a little flourishing bow.
So the path does still fork now that Marvis has climbed back up.
And is the path now real because it's been dispelled? From what we can tell.
Lydia says that the illusion has been dispelled. If somebody wanted to cast Detect Magic, you could do that as well.
I will happily... Actually, let me see my spell slots. I will... Yes, I will happily do that. So that I can at least have some general idea as to what is in front of us.
You do detect the remains of illusion magic where that was.
Okay.
But, and let's see. You sense a very faint magic through the tunnel beyond. Very faint.
Okay, and it still forks like this, correct? It still forks this way and this way?
Yep, correct.
V will tell Marvis, it seems as if you are clear, but it may be a good idea to hold on to this rope.
You know what kind of magic is remaining?
That's a good question. What kind of magic was it?
Illusion.
Illusion magic. Well, that's what's remaining in front of us instead of the... Or is that just the reminiscent... Okay, but that's it? That's
You know what? Okay, if you want to learn more, roll Arcana.
I would like to know... Would you like to know more? I would like to know. I'd like to try at least. Give me 1 second to get my dice. 16.
It was cast within the past few hours.
Okay.
You can sense that it was originally cast within the past few hours.
Okay. I'll relay that to everyone. It seems as if this was cast recently. This illusion magic. Marvis, you should be careful. We may have tricks ahead of us.
You're talking about the illusions spell covering that hole was the one that was cast within the past few hours.
Yes.
And Tom is saying, look, she's doing some kind of weird spell again. Look at her. And he's pointing at Lydia.
If I turn to Lydia, what is she doing?
She's fumbling with something in her pocket. She looks nervous.
Kiff says, what you playing with?
She says, "Oh, sorry. I didn't remember this whole being here, and this whole place, this whole valley everything keeps changing, and it's never the same." And she holds out. She says, "This tooth. This is my good luck charm. My father gave it to me." And she shows it to Kiff. It's the same thing that Marvis saw that was in her backpack.
Kiff says, oh yes, Kiff have many teeth. And he points to his helm, which is a giant Tarrasque
Which is
tooth.
literally just a tooth, yeah.
And
That's
he
really
pulls...
cool. She asked you about it. V, you can sense that the tooth has a magic item, or
The tooth itself has some type of magic on it.
yes.
You say your father gave it to you.
She says, yes, he used to hunt whales and sea monsters in the sea.
Did your father by any chance practice magic?
She says, well, he learned a few things from an old half-giant friend he had. And I think he said these were runes. She says, but when I hold this, I can hear his voice, and it makes me comforted. Very reassured.
You want to say something, Kiff?
No, it was nothing important.
Interesting. It does seem to be magical. Keep it close to you. It may prove to be luckier than you think. That's V's just gonna say that out loud.
Okay.
To whomever wants to hear.
If you can detect magic on it, do you know what kind of school? You should know what school of magic is on the tooth. Right?
Yeah, so usually detect magic does tell the school, but I don't know what Charles wants to give me.
Well, items don't necessarily have schools, but I can tell you it feels like some kind of, I guess divination is the right word. You can
Okay.
roll Arcana to try to sense more. I'm gonna say you would have to probably be holding it to sense them as much.
Like
Really?
to know everything, yeah.
Kind of divination.
Okay, so it's some type of divination spell. I'll openly share that with the class. It seems as if it has divination magic on it.
Either it's divination or it's like
Teacher, will this be on the test?
Anyway, divination or some kind of what?
something like that.
Something similar to divination.
Good to know.
It could be an adjacent school. We're not sure. It's something along those lines.
Also, out of character, did V tell us that their homunculus saw Lydia like wave her wand at the entrance of the cave?
Not yet.
Okay.
V's kind of keeping a lot of stuff to himself. They're thinking. V
No problem.
is it postulating?
She
Yeah.
didn't wave her wand. She made a gesture. She pointed.
Ah.
Yeah.
She pointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did
Well,
make some
I just
kind
wanted
of.
to, yeah, I just wanted to make sure if we knew that in character or not. So
No, not yet.
okay.
V is going to ask Marvis if he could possibly hold on to said rope. We should all have our hands on this rope. It may be, well, at least
Okay.
somewhat of a good idea. In case one falls, we can catch them.
No problem.
Okay. That was it. So, are we going to proceed? Are we going to
Left
proceed
or
forward?
right or left, or down.
Up, down, down, left, right, BA start.
I think that down is not going to be beneficial. Left or right should be the first choice. There were
Kiff said
many
left.
bones.
Kiff no old hunter, back when Kiff was smaller, who say, always go left. Follow left-hand path.
Okay.
If Marvis has no say, left is fine with me.
Sure. I hate going the right way.
Ta-dum-sh. Love it. I love this so much. Okay, left it is, I think.
Okay, so people go left. You see a door apparently of the same material manufacturer as the other ones you've seen. At the shed over there. It leads to a room back here.
Huh?
Lydia and Tom stay in back and they're arguing.
Oh, Fontiev
Go
gets to
left
listen
or
to that.
right.
I don't know.
Yes.
I went my left, but that was stage right.
That was stage left.
Or that was stage left, I meant. Yeah,
left
I
is
messed
this
up.
way.
Yeah, my
You gotta
bad.
go house left.
Oh god. House left. I'll change it. House
Okay,
left.
so you see a door of similar manufacture. Like the one near the shed, it has a little slot next to it and some writing in a language that none of you know.
Did you move Fontiev up on purpose, or?
I'm sure he's not in the front of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I would be in the front.
That's why I was
Fontiev's not
asking.
that brave.
That's what I was asking.
You see that door, you see a table, the chairs, you see what looks like an old pumping machine, but still made of that untarnishable metal that just has some dust and dirt on it. It still seems to be pumping actively, as though powered. It seems to be pumping something up through the ground with a pipe and passing it through a pipe through the wall. And it has some controls. And most notably, there is a skeleton that seems to have hung itself on a wire cable with a
Oof.
knocked over chair next to it.
Oof,
And it
that's
looks to
sad.
be a skeleton of the gun race.
Aww. Or Jelly Bean. I like them. Are we officially in the room? Are we still single file?
The room has enough space for everyone, and there's nothing obviously dangerous in the room.
Okay. V would like to take a look at the pipes. I don't want to touch the gun skeleton.
The skeleton has a robe on it as well.
A robe.
It's wearing a robe. That's old ready robe.
It has a rope and a robe.
Yes.
Got it.
You want to look at the machine?
Yeah, I want to look at the piping. Does it match the piping that I was described by my little buddy?
It looks similar. Are you willing to touch the machine?
I'd like to. A quick question: is my detect magic still up?
Your detect magic is still up, yep.
Do I detect this machine as magic? Do I detect it as purely mechanical? What am I sensing before I go grabbing?
You do not detect magic in the machine. However, the skeleton has a faint aura of necromancy.
Okay.
And you can sense a strong necromancy from the floor below.
Yeah. Okay. V will say something about the skeleton. It seems as if there's a necromantic aura coming from that. Be on your guard. As he reaches for the pump. If no one tells him, or if no one tells them no, they will start to inspect the pump.
So you just want to learn as much as possible, right?
Yes, V will roll out their little tools if need be. They don't want to break anything. They just want to really do some inspecting.
Okay, it seems as though it's pumping up warm water from some kind of hot spring down below at a certain level of pressure. And it mentioned, actually you can't read the language, but it's pumping it through 3 different systems. How should I describe this? Let me rephrase that. I'll write it down. It's pumping warm water from elsewhere and putting it down, and then what comes up is cold water.
Okay.
So I wrote that down. Machine pumps warm water from north and pumps it down into the ground, and then returns
Cold water.
from north.
V will just talk aloud. It seems as if water is coming from that way, pointing north, and it's being pumped down. We're unsure as to where it goes from there, but the product is cold water, so something is taking the heat.
And there is also what you might guess is a power cable going north.
Ah, there also seems to be a power cable. I'm gonna point it out. Going the same way as the source of the warm water. I wonder if it has to do anything with the warm water.
Did we just find a freaking
We found a boiler.
bathhouse? Like we found a boiler?
No, we didn't. It's
It's more of a heat exchanger.
yeah, it is more of a heat exchange. All V can tell, all we can see is that the hot water goes down somewhere, and cold water comes up in return. The cold water, does it look like it's being pumped into a different, is it being pumped into a different pipe somewhere else? Does it look like it's a disposal pipe? Can I not tell?
I don't have the right terminology for this, but it's basically like several different things together in a larger but still very tight pipe that goes into the rock to the north,
Yes.
including the intake, the outflow, and the power.
Okay. So the cold water goes to the north as well.
The cold water goes to the north. Warm water comes
From the north. Yes. Okay.
That you can tell without being able to read the language on the controls.
Yes. Okay, so actually, that V will make sure everyone is aware of this. And he'll say, or they'll say, there's also writing on the controls. We cannot read it. Does anyone else read this? And he's just pointing at the text.
It's the same language text that was on the pedestal by the amphitheater.
I don't know if anyone else tried to read that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
What
I'll
are
look
the,
at it.
what can,
Nobody gave a shit.
no, I think V was the only one who gave a shit. It was a
The
thing.
V shit?
Yeah. So
She gave a flying V shit.
amazing. So V knows common, buzzword, and undercommon, and it's none of those. So start listing.
I know primordial.
I doubt
common.
it's draconic.
Do you know any other language or no?
Common and undercommon.
Oh, hey, we both know undercommon. I didn't know.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you should know a handful, right?
I do. I'm just double checking. Common, Orcish, Elvish, Giant, Celestial.
Okay, so Rob recognizes, or Fontiev recognizes some of the words.
Can I tell what language is related to?
Roll your intelligence. It sounds slightly related to Celestial,
Oh.
but it doesn't seem like you know a lot of the details.
Okay, let's go tree bowling, shall we?
Oh.
3. Hang on 1 second. What did you use? What was it just a straight intelligence roll?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, I was about to say, is it still 3?
It's still 3.
You recognize the word exchange in Celestial, or something that sounds like it.
Darn it! I thought I was gonna recognize the word farts
No.
because Fontiev is 5 internally.
Does Fontiev tell
Be something
Farts.
like, don't.
Does Fontiev tell V about the word exchange?
Yeah.
V nods and replies, we had a feeling it did something like that, but wonder why
Fontiev just-
it's exchanging this. Where's the heat going and why is the heat going? Why
Not
are
sure.
we
It seems kind of similar to Celestial from my understanding, and that's really all I can tell you.
You notice that Lydia and Tom are not in the room with you,
Uh-oh.
and you can hear their argument escalating down the hall.
Oh, Lord.
Like an
These-
old married couple.
Well,
Go check on them.
probably.
Are you two going to join us, or are you going to stay out here quibbling?
You just see Lydia shoving a very alarmed Tom against the wall, and he just looks. He says, "You bitch! How dare you!"
No offense, but this is really impressive for someone who basically only has one leg right now.
Well, she's just shoving it with her staff, and she's calling him a coward and like a weak man who could never have his own family.
Wow, that's really intense. Anyway.
That's intense.
Sorry, that's just like, that's quite a...
I feel
I'm
like
sensing some history
I
here.
was just about to say. I feel like there's some history here that you're perhaps not telling us.
He's breathing. He says, "I don't hit women. I'm never gonna hit a woman." He's just saying that over and over again.
Were you two involved?
Did you go the naughty stuff?
Lydia says, "This madman thinks that I was trying to kill you by shoving people in the pit. That is utterly ridiculous."
Were you?
She said, "Of course not. Are you crazy? I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go home." And then she starts to cry a little bit. She just keeps saying, "I just want to go home." And Tom, meanwhile, is going to just try to slowly back out. This is cave.
Tom, where are you going?
He says, I don't like this place. All these bones. I don't like it." And he starts to back out.
So you're not hanging out with us.
He says, "Oh, I will. I mean," he says, you guys ain't going to go down the hole, are you?"
Look down the hole.
Yeah. Oh, you have the ridiculous devil sight. Okay. Yeah.
It's only 120 feet, though.
So you see the bones. You see there's something moving around under the bones. It's hard to say what. You can see the top of the bone pile with that, not the bottom.
It's a lot of bones.
It's a lot of bones.
Okay.
I'll keep watch on the exit here. If any of those damn thunderboars come, I'll let you know.
Much appreciated. I will walk back to everyone. Tom and Lydia got into a fight. Now she's crying. And also Tom won't come in. I'm not good with people crying.
V is just kind of sitting at this exchange machine, scratching their head. And he addresses the room. Can someone please go decide what we're going to do with Lydia and Tom? They seem useful, but they also are... They are having second thoughts when it comes to this area, it seems. We would too if we've been stuck for as long as they have. Someone who knows how to deal with them. Yeah.
Oh man, Yllaxis isn't here.
Yeah, literally anyone who doesn't have a -1 to charisma. Like
Well,
Fontiev or
I'm-
Fontiev or Kiff. Or Thalia has a not minus, right?
I have good charisma, but slightly abrasive personality. So
Yes.
let's try this again.
I don't actually have good charisma. I just happen to have gotten a lot of like extra
You
shit
do have-
into my
You have the
persuasion and
armor.
You have
intimidation.
the armor. You have the
Yeah,
armor.
I have a lot in persuasion.
Yeah.
Like, let me put. I have a lot.
I
in
have a
persuasion.
-1. Don't make
I
V
think I
do
have
it, please.
Plus
Okay.
5. Well,
I
I'm going
have a
to
plus
talk
8.
to them. You are welcome to join me. Especially
Do
if you have
it.
plus 8. Yes.
Do it.
Kiff will stay with
Are-
V in case V needs him to run back and forth and get tools or whatever. He'll be his little gopher.
Now, V's not going to poke and prod too much. Though I would like to start kind of taking a look at, like I don't know if investigating's the right word, the room. I want to see if there's any other bibs or bobs or hints to what the heck this room does.
Okay, so there is a skeleton that appeared to have hung itself with kicked over chair there,
Yep.
and it has a robe. It has several items in the pocket of the robe. Seems like
And there's a slight
There's
necromantic.
documents on the table, all in that strange language.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment to think about what I need to do. Oh, I have combined the table with V.
Oh, no.
No,
Oh, no.
Everything's fine. Oh,
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
That
Fontiev
is the
and...
one thing I don't want to hear after the last time I did that.
Yeah, Fontiev
Do
and
you want us
Thalia,
to
you
talk
guys,
while
you
you
guys
think?
talk, I'll think.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you two going to come and make yourselves useful so we can try to get out of here, or are you going to hide on the outside of the cave?
Or do we need to start instigating couples therapy right now?
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
I was talking to Elena
Yeah.
or Talia.
I mean, I had the higher persuasion, but...
Because they're
Sure.
both very emotionally upset due to
Yeah.
their emotions right now.
I can, Sure, I'll roll persuasion. Oh. Unnatural 20, sorry.
Unnatural 20?
Yes. Dirty 20, if you will.
Okay. So they both take a deep breath. And Lydia says, "You're right, Talia. We'll try to come and help." And Tom nods too, and he comes forward.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
Tom comes in. He says, "Yeah, I've seen all these kinds of machines around. There's way more of them up at the castle. What are you guys trying to do here?"
Can you read them since you've been here for a while?
That's a wonderful idea. Do either of you know this language? And be...
Lydia says, "Unlike Tom, I can help. I have a comprehend languages spell." And let me just personally double check if that's just for her or for her.
I think comprehend is self, but I'm not sure.
Fontiev just leans over to Kiff and just goes, "Yeah, these two definitely did it."
Lydia comes over. And she says, "You mind if I cast it? Look at this machine options here?"
Please, but do not touch anything yet. We are not confident in what this does, and we would like to make sure nothing breaks and we don't upset anyone before we decide to do something.
Okay. So she's going to tell you the controls.
Okay.
So Lydia's going to tell you what it says.
Okay.
So there's an option to control amount of flow. There's an option to reverse the flow.
Uh-huh.
There's an option to change pressure. And there's a display that describes a problem with, and she says that I don't understand this word. Something about power generator. I'm not sure. It says there's a problem with the power generator.
Okay, so there's amount of flow, reversing flow, pressure, and there's the screen itself says that there's an issue with the pressure. Or the power
Yeah.
generator, excuse me. Okay.
She says, but if there was an issue, I'm not sure why it would still be running.
We wonder if there's some type of backup or at least base amount of power that needs to operate, whereas maybe with full power it would do something different or do a better job at what it is doing currently.
She says, that's a good question. She says, do you mind if I touch some of these buttons here to try to get more information?
We would think that is she specifically saying what button and why?
She's saying, do you mind if I, as in
Yeah,
Lydia,
her.
pushing some buttons?
Yes, is she gesturing just to the 3 options that there are?
She described. Okay.
Yeah.
So she
No,
described,
I know what you mean. I'm saying, like, is she saying, can I use this button, or is she just saying all of them?
She says there are other buttons to interact with.
Oh, okay. 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 I'm gonna ask everyone else. What do you think? We don't want to break it. Be as gentle as possible. Does anyone have any issues with this?
Gonna shrug.
Kiff just says, just have one hand ready on stop.
Yes. That
And
is
Tom, I hope
good.
you all don't mind if I back up to the other side of the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my little homunculus away in my pocket. Yep. Can we ask for you to, describe the, what you're trying to do?
He says, well, there's a button here that says something called self-test.
That would be a
Maybe
good
I have
start.
to get more information.
That would be a good start, yes. I'd like
It's one
to...
of them. I'm sure you'll learn something.
Yeah. Yeah. A test, especially something as at least semi-high-tech as this, it should be able to tell us something about what's going on with it. Bubbles can do that. And we created him not that long ago. Though Bubbles doesn't have a screen. Proceed.
Okay, so proceed. Okay, so she's gonna start pushing buttons, and she starts pushing them rather rapidly and kind of like a lot.
Does it seem like she's pushing them like she knows what she's doing, or is she pushing them randomly?
It seems like she's experimenting.
Okay.
Shake hands with danger.
Yep. Shake hands with danger indeed.
She says, it says, partial collapse of the fusion generator. Running on experimental nanometric cells.
Metric. We do
It
not
says
know this.
also emergency. It says emergency conditions, and
Mhm.
that's control into the power generator.
Yeah, it seems as if there is something wrong with the power. Emergency conditions at Central General.
If she's saying out loud, what?
V is saying that out loud. If she's
Okay.
gonna tell it to him. Yeah, she must
Isn't-
be saying it.
The venomet something, isn't that like that thing that we're looking for? The V thing.
Venometric.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you are correct, Thalia.
Looking for a ven.
Kiff asks, what is fusion?
If that
It
is
says fusion is a word that means when you're combining two different things together. For example, it's possible to create a power generator, according to what I've read at the wizard school in Cartha, that by putting a water elemental and fire elemental in opposing chambers and allowing the fluids to interchange.
Kiff cocks his head for a minute, and then he has his typical prestidigitation idea light bulb pop up over his head and go, like cheese and meat. Fuse to make cheese meat.
She smiles. She says, she leans on her staff and she says, exactly, you adorable little thing.
Kiff takes out some of the cheese he bought at a little bit of the cheese he bought from the trading post, and a
no,
little bit
we
of
don't
spice-
have any
Oh
food.
no!
I think
She's-
our rations are gone. I'm sorry, Kiff.
At least you don't know where it is.
Yeah, they're currently unavailable.
Kiff scrawls on the back of one of his hastily drawn maps of the area, cheese and meat, dash, fusion.
um,
I'm sure we won't confuse this later.
V is. Oh,
I don't know any of that stuff, but he starts going over to the skeleton that's dangling from the cable.
Tom, we would be
Reaches
careful.
out.
It does have some type of necromantic energy on it. If you touch it, there is a chance. There is a chance that it comes back to life.
He backs off quick.
We're unsure, but that's the magic we can tell. We don't know if it's cursed or not. Seeing as these people suffered a great tragedy, these items may be cursed. Very, very cursed.
Maybe they're just cursed but friendly.
They could also be not cursed, and the necromantic energy could just be the ghosts, but
The
that
robe.
is the risk of you to take.
The robe on the skeleton. Does from gaining, from how the robe looks, did this person seem like they might be somebody of importance?
Yes. There's a fancy heraldic symbol on the breast pocket of the robe.
Kiff says, well, maybe, but maybe men have key to that door, and then he points to the door in the room.
That is also true, Kiff. They may have the key to the door. It is a risk. You are willing to take it. We may want to consult Yllaxis about curses. We know she is good with that. We are not mistaken.
She
But-
can remove them.
We think so. From what we've
She
seen.
uncursed me yesterday. Well, whatever it was.
Yes, it's seeming more and more as if it wasn't yesterday. Maybe quite some time ago. We do not
Maybe
have
we've
any
been
more
here for-
rations.
200 years.
Could be more, could be less. We think that we need to figure out where we are and when we are, but the vanometric generator, this is running on that. It may be helpful for us to follow those pipes going north. If we're
Lydia
trying,
keeps pushing buttons.
Lydia,
She says yes, and she keeps pushing them.
you may want to stop now.
She
We
says,
have-
"Oh, this is very interesting."
We understand it's interesting, but we don't want to risk our chances of breaking it and not being able to follow it to the vanometric generator. Or vanometric cells, excuse me.
Or the meat cheese machine.
Think of the vanometric cells, Lydia.
She pushes one button that turns the display off, and she says, "Okay," and then she starts walking this way.
So Kiff would like to head over to the body.
As Kiff's doing that, V is gonna walk away from the pump and go up to Thalia and just kind of whisper what he has noticed so far. Should be wary of Lydia. Tom may not be wrong about her. She did look like she was casting some type of spell in the front of the cave. Keep your eyes and wits about you, especially around her.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay, what was Kiff doing?
That's it.
Kiff would like to approach the body,
Okay.
and he would just like to he would say, like, "Hello, friend. I know you can't talk right now,
Suddenly, a ghost appears. Everything in the room turns gray.
Kiff, because of his helm of awareness, is not surprised.
Actually, neither am I.
The ghost, he sort of speaks telepathically. Sounds like a male voice. He says, I failed to protect the captain. I knew he brought that terrible thing with him when we went here on the ship. And I'm sitting here and he looks at the illusionary rope saying, I'm gonna kill myself, and it feels like I'm speaking to an audience. He says, I tried to tell everyone how to escape, and Amokthel got them all.
What was that name?
Amokthel.
Amokthel, could you type that?
Yes.
Thank you. Amokthel, thank you.
So basically, he says he tried to protect the captain that he killed. He tried to protect the ship he killed. He tried to help everyone escape, but Amokthel got them all.
Thank you.
Kiff would like to attempt to use a message to communicate with the ghost and say, "Hello, friend. Do not be alarmed." But-
Who's that? Is that my conscience? Is that Black Pharaoh? Black Pharaoh, please tell me it's you. He looks around wildly. He says, "Oh God, I am gonna die. I'm gonna kill myself, aren't I?"
Kiff will say, "No, not Black Pharaoh, but meet him. Seem interesting. Not wear many clothes."
So what is Kiff's message or question?
Well, Kiff wanted to interject or say that he is not the Black Pharaoh, but he has met him.
Okay.
And then Kiff would like to ask, like,
That's
what is your name, friend?
I'm gone. We're all gone. He says he must be some foreign god if you don't know. We all became gone. Because Amokthel would torture us if any of us were different.
Kiff says, all gone.
He says, I am Watchman gone.
Like V. And then he turns and looks at V. V is B. V is many B, but together they V.
You just
nod.
see V nod a little bit.
He must be a god from far away. He says, I hope to be with you soon in the celestial places where things are better. I'm sorry I failed in all the every job I've ever had. I want to go be with you now. And he starts getting up on the chair.
Kiff says, no worry, friend. Kiff fail many times before. Kiff fail very important things many times before. Kiff hurt many people. Not mean to. Well, Kiff hurt some people and mean to. But they angry people. But no reason to stop it all. No reason at all. And then Kiff will turn to the machine and say, Gone, friend. Make many cool things. Do very cool tasks.
So the ghost fades, and several unusual things happen. First of all, there's no noose anymore. The chair is now standing upright. There's no skeleton there.
Whoopee.
Next, the machine is making an increasingly rapid, alarming noise and starting to shake violently.
Yup.
Mom says, "Holy shit!" and he starts running.
I think it's time to leave. V is going to follow suit.
Look the way that Lydia went. I assume she is out of sight.
When Lydia was tapping away at the machine and also explaining to V what the buttons meant, did Kiff happen to notice if she said if any one particular button was a stop button.
The big
That's
red button.
Button?
Usually, machines have a
Actually,
like
by
a
law,
yeah by law
most industrial machinery needs to have
needs to
an
have a
emergency
stop button.
stop.
Yeah, But,
It's the
like-
same thing.
There
It's the
was
same thing
other
with the furnace
buttons.
in your house. Like
Yep.
there's like an emergency switch that shuts it off immediately.
So you guys are relying entirely on Lydia's assessment and translation, and she said there was other
Yes.
buttons to choose options.
But she
on the
didn't-
display, and then she appeared to be messing with them.
yeah. She didn't clarify as to what it was.
Okay, so Kiff, you see the machine begins shaking violently, and so again you see that the chair is empty. There's no noose, and there's also that's it. There's
So
also an item.
there
on the
is
table.
no designated stop button. There's an item on the table.
There's an item on the table.
Kiff will turn to look at the item.
The item is a book, which I will
Oh,
Ah,
beg.
that's
it
a
was
huge
like
book.
huge, and then it. I
The
love
machine
that it's
seems
spinning.
It's about to either
Yeah.
break or explode or something.
Yeah, V's gonna say we need to leave now.
Just
Get the
as a
book,
note,
and we're
yeah.
leaving.
I had started heading where Lydia had gone, but I assume that she is like
She seems to be much
where
farther
she is
ahead
now.
than we are.
She is like out of the cave by this point.
Kiff will take the book,
True. Okay.
and as he turns the corner,
The machine explodes. Please make a dex save.
Who do you want to make the deck save?
Kiff, because he wanted to take the book.
Okay.
He made a dramatic choice.
that is, hold on, stand by. It's 12 plus, I think, at least 5. Dex save. Yes, 12 plus 5 for a 17.
You take 62 piercing and fire damage as shrapnel and extremely hot water sprays at birth.
Was that
Okay.
a save?
That was. That was.
I could also use my reaction.
But you do get the book save.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Now
use your
there's now a big gaping hole in the
I
ground
can
there.
use my reaction to add 5 to that.
Oh, you used your reaction to add 5. What's that
Ye-
feature called?
It's called Flash of Genius. When you or other creatures you can see within 30 feet make an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add 5 to the roll.
Boom. Okay, 31. 31 damage.
Yep.
Kiff
Death
turns to
defying.
V and says, "Quick thinking, V."
So there's now some shattered pipes and there's like water pouring down. And the furniture is in splinters, but Kiff got the book.
Is Lydia just standing outside, or
Yeah.
has she walked away? What is going on?
Lydia is standing outside.
Okay. As we walk out, I'm assuming we're leaving at this point because it's dangerous. V is going to announce loudly at Lydia, "You broke it. Why would you do that?"
She says, "What? Was that what that sound was?"
You broke it. Why would you push buttons that when we asked you to stop?
She says, "Tom." She looks to Tom. She says, "Tom, what you said. We have to learn everything we can, right? I was trying to find more information, so I was trying the different options."
Well, then why did you leave?
You broke it.
And then left.
It's stuffy in there.
Uh-huh.
Fontiev is gonna pull an arrow out of his quiver and kind of keep it at his side.
I'm not the most perceptive, but
She says, "Please
I don't
trust me."
like being lied to.
We were the ones who saved you from 2 quite large creatures. We can throw you back to them. Why did you break it?
She says, "I wasn't trying to break it." She says, "Please, you have to trust me. I'm not as good of an artificer as you. I don't know how these machines work, but I was trying my best. I translated the options."
Fontiev knocks an arrow and just aims it straight between her eyes.
Are you shooting it?
True, no, in like threatening manner, like truth now.
Yeah, I'm holding
Lydia says,
that out.
she's leaning on her staff. She says, "You wouldn't kill me. She says, Tom can tell you what happens if someone gets killed in this valley. And she starts backing away.
Kiff gets right up into Lydia's face, and Kiff goes, Kiff talked to Gan, and Gan seemed really nice, and Machine just hum, and then Kiff stopped talk to Gan, and then Machine go, and boom, and now Kiff have big ouchie on face, and Lydia push buttons before big boom, and Lydia need to tell Kiff now what's going on. Kiff is going to be intimidating.
Okay, who's gonna do the roll the intimidation with help?
Yeah, I have a plus
probably
12
be me.
to intimidation.
I would probably have the second highest if I had to guess.
Okay.
You have a
Yeah.
more than plus 10?
V isn't
Oh no, I have +3.
V isn't actively trying to threaten her. V is just upset.
Oh no, I'm threatening.
No, V is
But I think
pissed,
Kiff is.
not like
Kiff
trying
should
to.
roll.
Yeah,
Kiff's
Kiff
gonna
got
have the
hurt.
highest intimidation.
I
and then
just
everyone
want
else
to
help.
assist Kiff.
Ah. You want to just add in the scariness.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. So roll the 19 plus 12 for a 31.
So she's put her hand in her pocket again, and she's so intimidated that she tells you something that she didn't want to tell you. She says, you shouldn't kill me, she says. Amokthel likes human souls. He likes them. You shouldn't kill me.
Oh, we don't have to kill you. There are plenty of other things that we can do.
And then this became the evil campaign.
She looks down, and then she disappears.
Oh shit.
Did she say
or somebody tell her some shit? It was this fucking subtle spell shit. I knew she had subtle spells. I knew she had subtle spells.
Did she say anything when she
no,
did that?
no, that's subtle spell.
Okay, just making sure.
Subtle spell says you can cast it on any somatic or verbal components.
Yeah. I'm trying to do something.
So you can't counterspell it, is the...
I mean, that's the whole point of subtle spell
that's what I
is being
thought.
able
I
to.
Yes,
just wanted
that's
to
the
make
point of
sure.
subtle
When
spell.
she was holding her
Cool.
staff, she didn't have to do anything else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom says either she teleported or she's invisible. He starts running over to where she was.
V's going to stop quickly and then test. See invisibility, which I have. I'm gonna upcast it.
You're gonna see super invisible people.
Not only do I see invisible creatures, I can see into the ethereal plane, and ethereal creatures appear ghastly or translucent.
Okay, so
I can see into certain planes. That one plane.
Okay, so first of all, you see Lydia crouching by this shed over here.
Can you point it out to me? I'm gonna put an arrow straight in her goddamn foot.
Shed? Okay, yeah, I see where you're talking about. Okay. And next, what else does V see?
And
Is that it?
he sees the same ghost of Watchman gone, but now he's sitting on the amphitheater steps. And it looks like it looks like the same corpse, except now he has a hole burned through his chest with some kind of heat, like as though he got killed by something very hot.
Something else, yeah.
Or something.
He's not having a good day. Is basically what we're being told.
Okay.
He didn't kill. It looks like pretty clear he didn't kill himself. So
yes, that is true. Wasn't self-inflicted.
So you can see the ghost kind of sitting there while you're using Sea Ethereal.
V will say something about the ghost of Gone.
What about Lydia?
I say nothing about that. V is not going to say anything about it at this moment. And
I
don't know
not sure if I trust V anymore.
there is method to my madness. You can go ahead and call it madness.
Whether you even knew what spell V was casting.
Right. So
no, I'm just saying Rob is the player right now.
It does have a verbal component, but it could just be like buzz speech, which it probably is. Yeah, he just vibrates and then stops.
If he points out Watchman Khan's ghost and remains again, Kiff will definitely go with
At
V
this
back
point.
over to them.
I'm sorry, what was that, Charles?
I'm not familiar with this particular spell, but I think it's only for you, right?
See invisibility? Yes, it's a self cast. I'm
Okay.
but
Well,
if I pointed it out to Kiff
Yes.
that it is here. And it seems like the same thing. As I don't know, are people coming over to the skeleton? Are they
Kiff definitely is.
Yeah.
As Kiff enters the amphitheater, he feels a weird sense of soothing calm.
As before you go into that
It feels
description.
good, but it also feels weird.
Weird good, got it. As that's happening, V when
He's
he
here
gets
now.
a moment, when they get a moment, V will look directly towards Talia or Lydia. I keep trying to say Talia, I'm sorry. Like not just a little, like directly at her. Like he definitely see it. Like V's not hiding that they see her. Does she react at all?
She blinks a few times. She's clearly panting, and then she begins hobbling pitifully towards the corner of this shed.
And V's just gonna turn around and go back to what they were doing.
Okay.
You could just hear V muttering to themselves. She broke
Okay.
it.
That's great.
Yeah, it lasts an hour. Yeah, I figured in this realm where there are many ghosts that it might be helpful.
Yes. Okay.
But-
So as V enters the amphitheater, V also feels a weird, soothing urge to sit down and rest. What are people doing?
Fontiev, a question why everyone's trying to sit down and just not enter the amphitheater.
V will tell Fontiev, it feels comforting in here.
There's vines
Okay.
and other things.
Yeah, like hell am I going in there now?
Well, that's
V's...
nice.
The
But
vines
are we going to
flowers.
do something
Kiff
or
is.
just sit?
We found the ghost of the god. Kiff may be able to communicate with it again. As Kiff did before. We just wanted to make sure that Kiff knew where to go. You do not need to come in.
So, to be clear, you also see the skeleton, which has the same fancy robe and the same items in the pockets.
Yeah. I'm pointing the skeleton out to everyone and telling them that I see the ghost, that V sees the ghost.
I'm gonna levitate up again to get a lookout from the top of one of these trees while I know Kiff is gonna do something. So just
Ooh,
while that's happening,
Talia.
I'm doing this.
Talia, could
So-
you use your eyes to look for the northern we want to follow the northern cables to the emergency cells. They're what we're looking for. Towards the north. If you can look for a wire or some piping. Northern, we should follow that. That may get us
Okay.
to where we're looking for.
Which way is north?
Do we have the compass raised up again?
Fontiev. Which
That's
way
also
is
in
north?
character.
Yes, I know. I
Kiff, without even saying a
In
word, just
character.
points north.
Oh right, yeah,
Um,
Kiff
Thank
also knows
you.
north.
Sorry, I stopped paying attention for a second, so just give me a quick TLDR.
That's okay. Where is north? TLDR,
Oh.
where's north?
Fontiev points north.
Yeah, okay.
So Fontiev and Kiff just mindlessly are like, that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool,
It's
thanks.
subconscious.
Yeah.
Like
There
that
you go,
way.
subconsciously. Yeah, so I will float up and see what I can see and I guess look for a wire.
It's very cloudy.
Uh-huh.
The rain is moving towards the east and it's stopping. So, the sun, you can't really see the sun rising per se, but the sky does look more lit in the east. It's definitely a pale and weak light, but it's brightening slowly. You can more clearly see this huge building to the north, past some farms and gardens.
That's the broken down castle.
Yeah, and you can see a thunderbird swooping down to a big hole in the wall of one of the high floors of the building.
Cool. Do I see any wires? Cables?
It's
Things that were
pretty
described.
far. Like it's like it would be at least an hour or two walking to get there, so it's kind of hard to see details unless you have some kind of binoculars or something.
I do not.
Okay.
So, yeah, Kiff would like to approach the bones and again say, "Hello, friend. It is nice here, isn't it?"
So Kiff approaches the bones. He doesn't see the ghost. V is in fact the one who sees the ghost. The ghost turns and looks at V and says, "Are you dead too?" The ghost does not react to what Kiff is saying.
V will say the
Like,
ghost.
again, he's not saying it in common. He's saying it telepathically.
Yeah, that's what I figured. V will reply, "We don't think we're dead, but we could be wrong."
He says, "Before you died, say goodbye to your friends. I wish I said goodbye to my friend Engineer Gun. He was trying to stop the fusion generator from exploding. The whole place collapsed, and the ghost shakes its head.
Yes, we did see that. He was at the generator, did not make it.
He nods. He says, I also wish I'd said goodbye to my friend, Dr. Gunn, at the laboratory. She was working so hard to find a solution. I'm sure she must have. She told me she had something, but then I never heard back from her."
A solution to what exactly?
He gestures around and says, "All this," and it fades away.
Okay. Kiff.
Do the bones go away too again, or no?
Just
V
bones.
begins to feel so good and calm in the amphitheater that V is sort of afraid of exiting it. And same with Kiff.
Yeah.
Kiff, yes, the bones are still there. The only difference is that it appears this person was shot through the chest with either a spell or a weapon or something. With a very powerful.
Fontie's just gonna notice that they're just not going anywhere and they refuse to get up, and he's like, "You guys okay in there?"
I mean, we didn't sit down yet.
Well, you guys aren't moving. You're like,
We are currently feeling weird about leaving now. I don't know if
Yeah.
you heard that.
I heard that, yeah, but
no. I mean, are you saying this to Fontiev?
No. Kiff or V will reply, we have just talked to another Gon.
Uh-huh.
They said that they had a friend at the power plant as well as in the laboratory. We may have misplaced anger.
V hears in his mind again the voice of Watchman God saying, "I wish there was something I could have said to the captain. Something that would have made him change his mind. He must have been able to do something."
Thank you. V is going to say, "We need to talk to the captain. Maybe we can turn things around here. Seems as if we talk with the captain, we may be able to change what has happened."
Okay.
Oh my goodness, everyone say hello to the 11 people who have just joined us.
Hello, 11 people who have just joined us. I'm Fontiev. I am a very, very bad ranger.
Thank you so much for the raid, guys. Welcome in. I'm going to be a little less chatty on here, just because, thank you for the shout out. I'm going to be a little less chatty on here just because we are currently working on some game stuff. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in chat. And we hope you enjoy. Okay, we can keep going.
Kiff would like to turn to the two deer that approached V and I, and just kind of look at them and see what they're all about.
They look back with a sense of complete peace and calm.
Kiff, we think that it may be best to not linger, or we may get stuck here.
Kiff, out of the corner of his eye, Kiff sees like a very brief flash of another deer standing on the stage, and then disappears.
Kiff sighs, but says, "When all is over, Kiff won't come back and play song."
That sounds nice, Kiff. And I'm going to hesitantly kind of start leaving the amphitheater.
Okay. V
Eh.
leaves. He takes a 1 second damage. Kiff takes 2 second damage from leaving this behind.
Ugh.
The deer disappear.
I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
Once Kiff, passes the precipice of the amphitheater, Kiff would like to look book.
Okay. Kiff finds a map of the valley.
I'm sorry, map of.
Map of the valley.
Oh,
But Kiff doesn't know the language, so I have to erase labels. And it describes all of the features. And I'll give that to you as soon as I erase all the
Has to erase all the important things that we're not
a
allowed to
problem.
see. Yeah, that's fine. No, that's totally fine. But we will say again, we need to go find the captain. The captain. It seems as if we changed the mind of the one gone, but I think that to really change what has happened here, we need to talk to the captain and persuade him or her or it to do something different than what it's doing currently. Or what it did currently.
Kiff will say, "Gone like V. They all gone."
The gun.
That's the best pun I've heard all week.
Yes. The Gon do seem similar to us, where they are all the same, but I don't know if they are willingly the same, or if they've decided to be the same. We did not decide to be the same. We just are. The Gon are curious.
Kiff will say, "Maybe to find Captain Gon, if we find Engineer Gon or Doctor Gon, they might help us find Captain Gon."
We think that's a good idea, Kiff. We think that could lead us towards the captain. Or at least get us somewhat closer to him. Find where Captain is. Does anyone know where the laboratory or the power plant could be? The power plant is probably following the wires.
So I'm kind of waiting on the map.
Yeah,
Map.
However,
Here.
oh, perfect.
And I have crossed out all the labels, except the ones you already know of.
Thank you very much. So
It is now dawn. So yeah. No
So-
rain,
map.
but hail.
Kiff, say what you're gonna say, and then I'll say what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Kiff is going to use that handy little spell that he took when he started becoming a bard. He's going to use Guiding Hand.
Okay.
And he's going to say, now that he has a map, the thing, let me scroll down to say it verbatim. Basically, it says you create your little hand boy. You name one major landmark on the same plane of existence as us. Someone in history must have visited the site and mapped it. Now that we have a map, we know that someone in history indeed did map it. So I'm going to cast Guiding Hand, and I'm going to say, the gone power plant, please.
Okay. The guiding hand appears and points north.
Kiff just says, "Follow Mr. Hand."
Are we going to the castle?
We think we're going to the power plant first, Talia. The castle will be there when we get there.
Well, it's the same direction.
The map was on the first few pages of this small booklet, and their booklet also has a lot of other writing and numbered lists and procedures and things.
Is there anything that looks mechanical or building in nature?
Mechanical. Well, there are what seems to be buildings listed on the map.
Sorry, I meant building as in the physical activity, not building as in the structure. My apologies.
Building. Can you rephrase the question?
Is there anything mechanical in nature that is described in the book? V wants to know if he could learn any things about the Gone and their
This doesn't seem
type.
to be like a list of how to build or maintain things. It seems to be like, given that you know that guy was a watchman of some kind, it seems to be mostly probably describing security procedures.
Okay. Okay.
So it does probably have a few indications of machines that should be showing a certain status rather than a bad status.
Right, they should have good green lights, not angry red flashing lights and exploding.
Yes.
Generally. Okay. Okay, so just basic stuff. That's all. I was just curious.
It's for a less educated Gon, you might say.
Yes. I was just looking over Kiff's shoulder, and V wanted to make sure that there was nothing they needed to start studying.
As V looks over Kiff's shoulder, Kiff would like to crane his neck back towards V, and then turn around real fast and go, "V very smart. Maybe V help with this." And then I'm gonna not do this in Kiff voice because it would be so hard. We know amphitheater, pump room, and shed because we're here. So like we've identified what those words are on the map. Perhaps there's a way to deduce what some of either the letters or phonetics are of the symbols and try to figure out
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And try to figure out at least like certain portions of the rest of the map and or the rest of the
Like
language.
a job for intelligence.
It does seem like a job for an intelligence check.
That's why Kiff turned to V and said,
Yes.
"V smart."
Do this thing. V's more than happy to start trying to sound certain things out and maybe do an intelligence check because he's smarter than Sarah is in real life. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, roll your intelligence.
And,
I will.
Kiff will give some words of encouragement and take a bardic inspo.
Thanks. What's that bardic inspo?
A D6.
I'm gonna use it, that's for sure. Okay. Hold on, straight intelligence. It's not great, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it's not good.
Where's Maggie when we need her?
14 total. No, I have almost the same intelligence as Maggie, I just rolled like bad. 14 total.
Okay, so B believes that the blue square on the upper left also has a word similar that was included in the description of the pump room. They're similar to the pump room.
On the top left, you said? Okay.
Yeah, the blue rectangle on the upper left
Yeah.
near this room.
It does look like this has something to do with the similar words as the pump room. Maybe even these circular rooms could be holding tanks. That's an assumption. That's not something that V is sure of. He's just like, maybe. These could potentially be some type of holding tank. Or water transfer. But that's all we can get out. I'm sorry, Kiff. And I'm gonna hand the book back to him.
Kiff says, "It's okay. It's okay. V worked
It's
very
okay.
hard.
Thank you, Kip.
Then Kiff says, "Well, we will all know more once we get there. Shall we make way?"
Yes, let's.
Lead on.
So I think that Kiff is going to be leading us towards the... where are we going?
The power
I didn't know if
station,
it was the
the
power
plant.
plant or the other one first. Perfect. The power plant. Power plant.
So I'm gonna actually add detail to the map and show that there are little lines going from the pump room to the blue area.
Ah, okay. Okay, great.
Yeah. Question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. So you emerge from the woods, and you see some big fields. As is the pale sun is rising here.
Oh,
let's
go
see.
ahead. Sorry. I was just asking, do we want to start wrapping it up? But do your thing first. I want to hear your description.
Set a scene so you can,
Yeah, yes. I
Set
definitely
the
want you to set the scene.
Stage. Set
There's
the
a
stage.
hedge.
Yeah.
There's a hedge. There's some kind of rows of planted things. There's a family of snorty-looking thunderboars.
Uh-oh. Snorty boys.
And who's in charge of who's leading the pack here?
I think that would be Kiff, correct?
It would be me, yes, because we're following my guiding hand.
And you see these huge, somewhat crumbling buildings looming in the distance. It doesn't. If it's a castle, it looks like a very strangely shaped castle. But there's a lot of huge buildings all connected together and looking rather ruined. So, Kiff, why don't you roll perception to see what you can assess in the scene here? There's trees in nice rows in between these. What you seems to be.
So that would be an 11 plus 2 for a 13.
Kiff thinks he can see a human's face poking out from the hedge on the east side. And I'll leave you with that.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That's cool.
Sees what in the cliffside?
The faces of several scruffy looking humans, not unlike Mr. Tom.
Ooh. Oh, interesting. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. All right. And on that note, I'm going to turn off the music. Weep. Can we, for recording's sake, say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Oh my
Wait.
gosh, so loud.
Yeah, that clipped for me.
Bye.